off the pyro, break the glass. Smash it up, let's go buck wild. WWE Raw on Netflix. Joe Cronin Show reviewing Raw. Since twin 12s and twin for over 12 years. The longest running league review on YouTube. If you fuck with him, you lose. Donate, live to help Joe survive. If you fuck with Joe, it's suicide. Joe, wish you died. Joe Cronin Show. Raw's on Netflix. Suck Joe's candlestick. It's Raw on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix.
Welcome to the Netflix era. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review. The Rock, John Cena, and Hulk Hogan, and The Undertaker. The Los Angeles crowd did not like the Trump-supporting Hulk Hogan or Undertaker, but I'll tell you what. They really didn't like Hogan, but I'll tell you what. They did pull out some stops. Maybe not all the stops, but they pulled out a lot of stops. And tonight, we're going to talk about it. For over 12 years here on YouTube, it's the Joe Cronin Show live after Monday Night Raw. This is the longest running YouTube live post-show stream anywhere. So it feels good to still be here. To live long enough to see Raw go from USA Network to Netflix is pretty crazy. John Cena back tonight as well. There's so much to talk about tonight. It's ridiculous. But we got to make sure everybody gets in here. I will give people a couple of seconds to get in here. They're getting off their couches. They're getting off their husbands. I don't know what. They're getting off of things. And they're getting over here. If you can. The best thing you can do right now is click that like button. I'm going to tell you everything I liked about Raw tonight, everything I hated, everything I noticed, and probably going to listen to some of you guys to hear things that I might have forgot to mention or you might be thinking about because I might have thought it too but just forgot about it. So bring up all your opinions everywhere. We won't censor anybody for your opinions. If you hated Raw, you loved Raw, whatever it is, we'll talk about it tonight, but boy, did Raw look crisp on Netflix. It looks so crisp out there. Man, did it look crisp. Right now, guys, if you can, click that like button. We got to get over 200 likes right away.
Joe's candlestick. It's Raw on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix. Joe Cronin Netflix. Joe Cronin Show. Raw's on Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix.
Oh man, a lot of Netflix cross promotion tonight, which you expected. I expected. You expected it. We all expected it. Oh my goodness. What's up, everybody? Yo, what about The Rock's glasses? How come they just forgot about the Cody Rhodes and Rock storyline? I cannot wait to see the numbers on this tomorrow. I cannot wait to see that. I mean, I've been telling you guys for a while now. We had a lot of people say, like, why would they do Raw on Netflix? Why would they sign with Netflix? This is going to kill Raw. People said that in the chat. And I mean, I've been saying it for weeks. That's crazy. This is going to be nuts tonight. And you know it's going to be nuts. And you know it's going to do well. You know it's going to blow up compared to what it would do before, what it was doing before. I mean, we're going to be comparing a lot of numbers over the next couple of days. Like, there's going to be a lot of numbers to compare, and it's going to be it's going to be a little difficult to do it, but we're going to, do our best to kind of like, we're going to do our best to sort of guess what we feel about the numbers. Unless we get official numbers, which will be great if we do get those, but if we don't get those official numbers, we're going to have to do our best to guess. And I'm going to use my live streaming. I'm going to use other people's live stream. I'm going to use all the numbers of social media to try to justify and figure out exactly what we're dealing with here as far as numbers-wise if we can't get the official, numbers. But I think we will get at some point, some kind of official numbers, that will help us out. Tonight, I believe we might be joined by Luke Rojas, ladies and gentlemen, somebody who wants to come on the show and give his opinion. I'm sure it will be Luke tonight, showing up at some point. I haven't checked Discord, but I'm sure he's on standby on Discord. The drone buzzing around. Did anybody else have moments tonight where the drone buzzing around was just insane to them? I mean, this drone was buzzing around like crazy. Hulk Hogan got booed. Hulk Hogan got crazy booed. All right, I'm ready to go here. All right, so the drone was buzzing around. Dude, there was one point where Michael Cole was like, listen to this crowd. It's unbelievable. And they were really loud at one point when he was saying this. And then for whatever reason, they got really quiet for a second because Roman was about to deliver a spear. And the crowd just got, like, super silent. And the crowd was rocking for a while there. And they were so loud. And then Cole was like, listen to the crowd. And then the crowd, like, died down for, like, I don't know, like 8 seconds. And when they died down for that 8 seconds, the drone that had been flying around all night was flying, like, really low to the ring. And you could see it going back and forth like this. And all you could hear was the drone. So it got so quiet that suddenly it was just like... I thought Vanguard 1 was there. But no, I started dying laughing because, I don't know, something about Michael Cole being like, listen to this crowd, and then it going quiet, and then I started dying, bro. There was so many things tonight to comment on. There was so many things to talk about. There was so many things to mention. We're going to get to it. The Netflix numbers, we'll talk about that later. It's something we can really kind of get into, really kind of dive into, really kind of sift through later. If you guys want to donate to the stream tonight, you can donate using the Streamlabs link pinned to the top of the channel, pinned to the top of the chat. I mean, you can super chat if you want. Feel free, drop them super chats, drop them memberships. Shout out to everybody who became a Patreon member last week, of course. Corrupted Podcast is back. And it's on my Patreon. Listen to our episode last week. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good times. Most importantly, if you can, just click that like button. And I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Everybody in the chat right now in the chat. Out of 10, give me your rating for Raw tonight. Out of 10, if you got it, if you know it, give it to me in the chat. Were you underwhelmed? Were you amazed? I got to be honest, guys. I went into this tonight. You know how I felt about this tonight. If you've been watching me the last 3 months or whatever, I've been saying it. I was worried that they were going to drop the ball tonight, that they were going to let things go by because they've done that so many times. Raw's 30th anniversary or whatever they do, Raw's millionth dingleberry pie, whatever they do. They bring out Stone Cold Steve Austin and so much, and then basically nothing really happens and the show seems kind of lame. And when people tune in for the first time in a long time, they go, wow, I haven't watched Raw in 5 years. Holy crap, Stone Cold, and this is awesome. And then after a little while, they realize, wow, this is the show now? This is kind of weird. Who are all these people? And I don't get it. I don't know, man. I mean, why should I even watch next week? I mean, I don't even know what's happening. I don't know. And they just tune out. Or they watch the next week, then the next week is crap too, and then they go, okay, well, I'm out of this. This is stupid now. And they stop watching again. But, like, you got to grab people. You got to do crazy shit. Now, I'm going to admit to you tonight, I've been so furious with some of those episodes where they had, you know, Stone Cold come out or The Rock and people come out, and then they did nothing with the new superstars, the new wrestlers that people don't know, and they did nothing to make you go, oh my God, next week, what's going to happen? And so for those reasons, even though I was vastly entertained by Stone Cold and so many other things that they did, by the end of the night, I said, well, how is this going to really hook new viewers? New viewers are going to watch this and they go like, that was cool to see Stone Cold. This other stuff, I don't get it. I'm out of here. And that's been a huge mistake. So, like, in the past, they've done a thumbs down on getting returning audience to come back the next weeks. Tonight, I'm going to tell you, I don't think they did that bad of a job tonight. I don't think they did a perfect job or a better job, but they did do an all right job. I think the one thing that was missing from tonight, again, was like a couple of more crazy things happening that would like make you talk about next week, we'll find out, next week. So they didn't have that cliffhanger. What tonight did instead was, as opposed to those other shows I was just talking about, those reunion shows and things like that, those shows were one-offs that were fun, kind of, but they were only fun because of the legends. I would say that tonight, the new wrestlers or the current era, you know, whether it's Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, all the Roman Reigns, Samoa family stuff, I mean, all that stuff. I thought all of that stuff was entertaining in the night. Now, again, I don't think they did a ton to promote like next week and what's coming next. I think one of their best things was mentioning the Royal Rumble that's coming up. I think they should have done a much better job of promoting the Royal Rumble. I don't think they nailed the Rumble enough, but actually they did, because I forgot John Cena did mention it. So that is true. A lot of people were watching tonight for John Cena, so maybe I'm wrong, because they actually did promote it pretty big by Cena saying, this will be my last Rumble, or whatever he said, and I'm coming out at the Rumble. I actually was working on something at that time, so I was like back and forth, and I kind of missed some of what Cena said, so I almost forgot. But yeah, he did mention the Rumble. So that was actually the big Rumble selling point. And earlier they did mention it with Cody Rhodes in it, Kevin Owens. So I take it back. I think they did hit it enough. So they did mention that. So they put over the Rumbles coming around the corner. And so maybe people want to see John Cena in the Rumble. They want to see what's going to happen at the Rumble. The Royal Rumble is definitely something that a lot of people will jump back into because it's kind of fun regardless, even if you haven't been watching. Because I remember for about 2 or 3 years when I wasn't watching a ton of WWE, and I'd taken a little bit of a break, like here or there. Even though I hadn't watched in like 5 months, I was like, oh yeah, the Rumble's coming up. I'm going to watch that. So the Rumble is always something to drag you back in. So I think they did do a pretty good job of it. I think tonight's show was fun. I thought it was pretty solid and really fun. I think that I wanted them to drop a 10 out of 10 as far as promoting Raw on Netflix. And I don't mean just saying that over and over again. I mean like promoting that there's a next week, guys. We'll be here next week, and it's going to be crazy. They didn't really do a good job of that, which I was worried that they wouldn't. And I think they didn't quite nail that at all. I would give them like a 6 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 as far as that goes. But as far as the overall Raw itself being on Netflix and seeing this show tonight, I think tonight's Raw was maybe an 8 out of 10 for me, like, because it was just so much chaos and then pretty good matches going on. It could have been better for sure, but I think tonight falls in between a 7 or an 8 out of 10. And I haven't given that rating for WWE Raw in a long time. That opening was hype. I mean, Triple H coming out was great at the beginning. There's no doubt about that. That opening cinematic was amazing. It was beautiful. It was also controversial. For so many people, it was controversial because they were just basically talking about breaking kayfabe. Now, Rojas hit me up on the side, and Rojas told me, oh, my God, Joe, how ridiculous is this that they're just, so it's all fake, guys, and you're going to watch. And I understand what he was saying, and he's like, oh, and kids are watching and stuff like that. But, like, I don't think, I guess I don't think the same way because I you know, even though they did like kind of like break kayfabe and talk destroy, talk about it as it was real and all these other things, I think that despite that, you know, I think a lot of little kids don't understand what the hell they were saying. You know, I don't think they even get, if they were watching, I don't think most people even understood that. I think only the smarks are really understanding that stuff. So it's bothering you, but even though it would break kayfabe for a casual or a noob or somebody like that, maybe, but it really doesn't because they don't really fully understand that. You know what I mean? And so I don't have a problem with that. I mean, like, it's like when, you know, when I was a kid, you know, Vince would even say things like that, like it's entertainment and this or whatever. They would sort of basically tell you it's not real, but like, you know, so that doesn't bother me. I'm not worried about that. The Netflix picture, the actual picture on Netflix, like the actual quality of the images we were seeing were really good. Like, I was amazed by the quality of the HD stream. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it made a huge difference to me. You know what I mean? It was really good looking. I am surprised tonight. I think that a little bit of why a lot of people are feeling so good about this is just because it was fun for once. It was hype for once. Omar Arshad from London. What's up, Omar? How you doing, man? Hey, Omar, how could you be here, man? Aren't you guys about to murder each other in England right now? What's going on over there between you guys? Like, what's going on in England? I've been watching the videos. It looks like civil war is about to happen, but I don't know. I mean, that looks like that everywhere in America too. But yeah, good to hear from you, my friend. What's up, dude? Shout out to England and everybody watching all over the place. So many people watching all over the place. We got the donos up. Let's get to one. Oh my goodness, Gerald! Gerald Armstrong!
Somewhere just beyond my reach, there's someone reaching back for me.
He's dropping a $40 spot.
On the thunder, and rising with the heat. It's gonna take a Superman to sweep me off my feet.
Yeah!
I need a hero.
Hulk Hogan needs a hero tonight.
I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast. He's gotta be fresh from the
You won't see this on Raw.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning.
We heard a lot of swears tonight on Raw. That was interesting.
Gotta be soon. He's gotta be
Not blanked out at all.
larger than life. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Hogan getting booed was pretty funny, because he was only there to prop his beer up. LA crowds are usually terrible, this is the case tonight. Hogan probably went in the back and told Triple H these boos aren't gonna work for me, brother.
Yeah, it's too bad that they couldn't have had him. You know what would have been funny? Do you guys know what would have been funny? I'm going to tell you this right now because I thought about this. They knew. There's no way they couldn't have known that Hogan wasn't going to get booed. Hulk Hogan just supported Trump. The Undertaker just supported Trump. But Hogan has that N-word thing that happened, and Hogan has like a dislike, whatever. And of course, LA hates old white men because LA hates people. and he's coming out with the American flag. They hate that too, right? They hate America. They hate the American flag in L.A. So they hate Trump and they hate Hogan. So how did they must have known that Hogan was going to get booed. There's no way they didn't know, right? So what would have been really funny is if Hogan had said, listen, I'll go out there, but because I'm worried about getting booed, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go out there, and if it's like mostly cheers or at least half cheers, I'm going to go as usual. But if I go out there and I get embarrassed and I start getting booed out of the building and it's embarrassing and it's bad, I'm going to walk back here to you guys. Or even better than that, don't even walk back. Rip the shirt off, right? Or you can't do that because he had the beer thing under there. Fuck. Well, whatever. Walk into the back, put on another shirt, and then replay Hogan's music, but this time it's the NWO music. Or whatever. And Hogan comes back out as a fucking heel on the spot. And he goes, well, listen up, you bunch of puke heads. And he goes, I know that none of you in here are going to like what I have to say next, brother, because it's about the most American beer you've ever heard of. And they all boo. And then he rips the shirt off again, and it's his beer. He goes, but I know all you real Americans watching at home all around the world, you're going to love this beer, baby. Hulkamania, just cut the promo and then go to the back as a heel. That would have been funny. It would have saved it. It would have played into the crowd. It would have been funny. Dude, if they did that, and the thing about it is, you had to have known he was going to get booed. I didn't know Hogan was going to be here tonight. When Hogan's music played, I went, oh no. And I said out loud on the couch, I was sitting next to my daughter. She was watching it with me. And I said out loud, I go, oh my God, I hope he doesn't get booed. He's going to get booed. And there it was, boo. And my daughter's like, why are they booing him? I'm like, because he likes Trump or whatever. And they're in L.A., and she doesn't know what any of that means. But I'm like, this is crazy. So, they had to know that he was going to get booed. There's no way. Did they think he wasn't going to get booed? So why did nobody think of my idea? Which, okay, listen. If they love me, or even half of them love me, I'll just be Hulk Hogan. But if they start booing me and they go really booing and it gets weird, let me come in the back really quickly and I'll throw on the NWO shirt and I'll come back out as heel. That's funny. I would have loved to see that. I would have popped like crazy. He might have even won the crowd over with that a little bit. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of the people who were just booing because other people are booing. Hulk Hogan had a huge opportunity, and they had a huge opportunity for Hulk Hogan tonight. That would have been simply awesome if they did it, but oh well. But yes, it was the downer of the night, probably was Hulk Hogan. For whatever reason, if you really hate Hulk Hogan that much and you don't like him because of his politics, well then I guess you don't like The Undertaker and maybe Stone Cold. I think Stone Cold voted the other way this time too. Although Austin is more like me, I think he's middle of the road. But who dropped the $40? That was Gerald Armstrong. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong. But I mean, why would you boo him for his politics? I don't care about everyone's. I don't boo people because of their real life politics. Really, I don't care. CM Punk is insane to me politically. I agree with him on a lot of things, but I also think CM Punk is insane to me. But I don't boo CM Punk because I don't go, well, I'm gonna boo CM Punk and hate him because of his politics. I just go, that's CM Punk, the wrestler guy, entertains me. I like him as a character, I like him as a wrestler. He's a creative guy, he's an entertaining guy. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I don't really boo CM Punk because of any of his politics or whatever. Whether I agree, disagree, kind of agree, whatever the case is. So I don't understand that, but I guess in some of it's the Hogan, the N-word thing, and I totally get it. It's hard to get over it for a lot of people. It's hard for me to believe it. I get it. Because, dude, I don't, in private, I don't say the N-word. You know what I mean? If you recorded me all day long forever, I don't think you would almost ever have heard me say the N-word in a bad way or at all, really. I mean, have I said it before? Yes. In public and friends say things and do things. We've, whatever. But most of the time I don't say that word anywhere really ever. But definitely have never called someone that derogatorily, like in private. So I get it. It's really bad. It's not like when someone says it in public for shock or for like messing around or something like that. See, I don't even think that's that big a deal because you're doing it in public, right? You're saying it in public for whatever reason it's happening. But if it's in a derogatory way, then that's crazy. But if it's in a private setting in a derogatory way, it's like, damn, you say that in private about, like, that makes me wonder about you. So I understand why there are a lot of people that don't like Hulk Hogan for that reason. I totally get it. My opinion is the guy's an extremely flawed person in many ways. He's just an extremely flawed guy. But as the character Hulk Hogan in Hulkamania and everything like that, he built this company. We would not be here like this if it wasn't for him. It's not even close. If you don't know that and you don't realize that, I mean, you're insane, or like you have no idea. Like, we just would not be here. It would not have happened. Because the Attitude Era wouldn't have happened and all that stuff wouldn't have happened. This guy literally built the company with Vince and everybody else. And now everybody wants, I hate Vince and I hate Hogan. Well, it's like, well, can't you just be happy that, hey, you know what, Vince is now gone and Hogan comes out every once in a while and waves his hand and he's barely could stand tonight. And can't you just be happy? Like, hey, they're all pretty much gone now. It's a new era, but, you know, I'll respect that we're here because of them and even though they're flawed. Hogan's a lying, flawed, weirdo person. His children are insane. His marriage is insane. His personal life is fucked. He's a weird character. I don't know. Don't buy his beer for sure if you don't like that. But, I mean, the guy is a legend and we wouldn't be here without him, so I would never boo him like that myself. But it's wrestling, and hell, if the fans want to boo, and you know they're in L.A. or wherever they were, they should have done something to turn him heel like right away. It would have been so funny to flip him NWO. That would have been great. The drone buzzing around was hilarious. Netflix picture looks better. Man, the ring had ads all over it for the first time. A black mat, ads everywhere. That's crazy. I'm going to play another donation. And then, guys, if you want to donate, you want to say something, please drop a super chat if you can. Tonight we'll read them, everything. If you want to Streamlabs it, the link is pinned to the top. That way you can Streamlabs PayPal me instead or credit card me or whatever. It's just better for you that way. If you super chat, you know, Google takes 40%, but I don't care. I'll take anything you got. Plus, Big Till became a member just now. Thank you, Big Till, for being a member. You guys can become members down below. Click that button and join the channel. I am going to read through the chat a little bit. I see a lot of people chatting a lot of things. I'm rambling on. I could go all night. There's a lot of things to talk about. I mean, Vince said the same thing to Sergeant Slaughter. What's up, DJ Scandalous? What's up, PJ? Texas is here. Colonel Stutters, that's fine, but the crowd of today doesn't connect with him. You're right, Colonel Stutters. The crowd does not connect with him. It's just sad. You know, you grow up like America, Hogan, like, here we go. And then here comes that thing that represents everything you grew up with, and everybody's booing him, and they're booing the American flag. It's just so weird. And I feel like they booed maybe The Undertaker a little bit too, because Undertaker and Hulk Hogan really worked with Trump. And so I think that was why the LA crowd was all angry and stuff like that. But yeah, so there you go. Typical LA crowd. Come out to the N-word. Oh my God. Loved the Roman Reigns versus Solo match, says Dro Davidian. Yeah, I mean, Raw started wonderfully because I didn't even I skipped over talking about this, but the fact of the matter is Raw started great because, please guys, click the like button if you can. We are at 144 likes. 144 likes, guys. 3,000 people have stopped by tonight, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys for being here. We're 13 years in a row live on YouTube. This is the longest running YouTube live Raw review ever. The longest running. I don't think anybody else has run as long as this. So you guys have been part of this. It's great to be here with you. I started this channel and going live on here when I was 27, 28, and 27. And now I'm 40. What the hell happened? I was 27 when I started this channel. Started going live for Raw. And now I'm 40. What the hell? I still feel like I'm 28, by the way. But it's hard to believe that I'm 40. Yeah, so Triple H, great intro. Loved it. Chilling, all that stuff. Then that intro video they played was fire. And they broke kayfabe, which was weird, but it wasn't that bad to me. I thought it was really good. Really loved that. And then we get right to it. Right to the first match. It's Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, and they have a pretty good match, but it really comes down to the shock factor. And what I do love about this is that they got so many people involved, so that, you know, if you were tuning in for the first time in a long time, or tuning in as a random Netflix viewer wondering what the hell WWE on Netflix, or what is this? You know, if you're anybody like that, you start watching this match and you're like, yeah, wrestling's fake, right? Or whatever, I don't know. And you're watching it and you're whatever. And then just the chaos that happened might have made you go, this is crazy, and the crowd's flipping out and it's chaos. And so that might have been something that was enough to drag you in to watch next week, or make you curious about the product maybe. I don't, like I said, I don't think they did enough of actually dragging you in and continuing stories for next week, but that was pretty good, right? So that was pretty good. Shit bum.
LA full of libtards, you don't boo the legend Hulk Hogan. EFF Los Angeles.
F Los Angeles. Well, don't worry, it's a shithole there. Latvarian Savage, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. You guys can become a $5 shit bum too, if you do donate the $5. You really want to be a shit bum? You know you do. You probably do. But it's good to be here with you, man. And shout out to the Road Dogg, man, being nice to me. I love you, Road Dogg. Even though the WWE, you know what I mean, didn't sign me twice for commentary, they still take the time to give me love. Thank you, WWE, for giving me love. Why didn't you just hire me, though? That would have been better. Anyway, appreciate it. Let's go to Discord, man, because Rojas is over there on Discord, and I was fairly positive on the show tonight. But again, guys, get the donos in early if you can. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. We want to hear what you have to say. And we definitely want to get to 300 likes if we can tonight. So, and if you're brand new to the channel, subscribe. Going to be live all the time. Going to be putting out videos, wrestling all the time. We'll be doing it forever. Love to have you on the channel. And if you're coming back for the first time in a long time, you don't want to miss the future. You know what I mean? Rojas is going to literally take another man, right, Rojas? Oh, see, he's taking another man right now. He's taking one.
Yeah. What's going on, man? Sorry, you caught me in the middle of something.
Oh, caught you in somebody.
See, you like that bit? It's like me pretending to suck a cock, because that's funny.
Great.
But no. Hey, do you like that though? I stepped outside of the fourth wall. I was like, hey. We're doing a bit right now. See, that's what the WWE did all night. Hey, we're having a show tonight. This is a story, by the way, a story made for heels and faces, the good guys, the bad guys. You can't really tell. We blur the lines. What the fuck does that mean in kayfabe? What does that mean? Like, the first 20 minutes of Raw is just them being like, yeah, this is a show. Everything's not real. This is fake. We do this thing called the storylines with heels and faces. Like, what the fuck was that? And then The Rock cuts that promo where he talks like a boardroom fucking executive. He doesn't talk at all like what The Rock should talk like. He's supposed to be this heel character, but he cuts this super babyface promo. Him and Cody Rhodes are now good friends, despite the fact that they hated each other at WrestleMania, and they also never explained what The Rock gave to Cody Rhodes. I guess we're supposed to still think that they're going to do something with that storyline. Who fucking cares, bro? They ruined that. Nobody, I don't give a shit about that anymore. That has no fucking heat.
I will say,
dude, that was.
I thought the show
was embarrassing.
I felt so much energy from the show tonight that I kind of looked past that. But I did think that, and I did think this is interesting. You're right. Instead of The Rock, he was more like, hey, look, guys, this is what we made for you. I'm part of the board. You know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of an NFL owner. You know how many NFL owners are usually pretty good, but there are some NFL owners, or, football team owners or whatever team owners, who, they jump on the microphone and they start taking, all the credit and acting weird. And you're like, what the hell, bro? Get out of here. Just say a couple of things and you're the owner and let the players talk and stuff. You know, and that's it was kind of like that. It was like, well, I'm The Rock, but tonight I'm kind of like the board member, you know, the chairman. Like, good job, Cody.
I'm kind of like
the Rock
it
was.
just felt like
this
a
was the
press
third.
conference.
No, Luke, this is the third or fourth character that we've gotten from The Rock since this new era. Have you realized that? Like, we've gotten good guy Rock, we've gotten bad guy heel Rock, we've got Rock that basically has to pretend he wasn't a heel, but you know, he still kind of but then he still kind of entertains the people like The Rock, and now we've got board member The Rock. It's very weird. It is a little bizarre. It's true.
It's just I don't really like. I didn't like that whole part of Raw, and it really kind of soured my mood on the rest of the show, because then we had the tribal combat thing, and I thought all the matches, by the way, were all just like mid. Like, none of them really stood out. None of them really did anything crazy. Especially the main event, which really disappointed me. But I'll get to that later. The tribal combat, the entire time, the commentators are just glazing Roman Reigns, and it's like Roman's still a heel. Like, he hasn't really turned face yet.
Wait a minute.
And he still acts like
what the hell are you talking about? What? What, are you crazy?
Yeah, dude.
Listen,
I mean,
they were
bro.
They were they were blowing Reigns.
I
I agree that they were blowing Reigns in a weird way. It was like somebody said, "Hey, make sure you put over Roman real good for the new crowd, the new Netflix people. They understand he's like the greatest thing," and they like went way overboard with it. It felt like, for sure. But you don't know he's not face to you.
No, what I meant by face is that he's not technically like a traditional face in the sense where he's actually apologized for anything, or he's actually like changed as a character.
That doesn't matter.
Because he still acts like Roman Reigns from 10 months ago, like a big douchebag. But because that's what all I'm saying is why do the commentators favor him so fucking much all the time that we have two face commentators for his matches just blowing him? And it's the same with Dominic Mysterio. Why do we have two commentators shitting on him? Why isn't there one commentator that goes, well, actually, he's a pretty good guy?
Right.
Why isn't there one comment?
Because I'll tell you, I mean, it's a very, I can answer all this.
Sikoa.
Because the problem that they're in for you then is the problem they're having is Pat McAfee is a hype guy face. So there's no real opportunity for that, because the bottom line is there's no heel on commentary. It's just not. Pat McAfee and Michael. I listen, I would rather that too, or I'd rather have a third guy who is a heel. But you're right. I would rather have one guy who's ridiculous, who's like, you guys love sucking up to this guy because you're idiots like all these idiots, and you just suck up to him no matter what he does. If he beat a child, you'd be upset. You'd be happy about it. It doesn't matter. He can do no wrong to you because you guys get paid more money to shill out for him. So what do you get, a part of his T-shirts? That's what you want, and I want that too. But that's not what Pat McAfee can't do that because he's a hype guy face. I mean, it's just, if you want that, you got the wrong guys on commentary.
Well, I also find Pat McAfee and Michael Cole's commentary to be kind of overrated. Like
it is now. Cole, it is now. It was good.
It was good at first, but now it's like everything where they try. Oh, they like it. Let's ramp it up, the goofiness. And now it's like Michael Cole's going, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get up on top of there. Should I say it? Should I say yeet?
Oh my God!
I'm a 57-year-old man. I'm a 57-year-old man saying yeet. Yeet. It's so fucking cringe, bro. I hate that shit, bro. And until commentary gets better, I will always call this shit out because it deserves to be called out. When Jesse Ventura was on commentary for fucking 20 minutes. It was better than anything in the past 2 years. All right. Because like you said, these two used to be really good and I did like their chemistry. But now it's like they got to fucking play up everything. And it's like, stop laughing. Like what? You know why Jim Ross and Jared the King Lawler, you know why their fucking banter was so good? Because they kind of treated it like it was like serious. Like not like, they didn't actually get along, So
Right.
it wasn't like Jim Ross kept going. You're crazy. You're insane. Just fucking constantly laughing. It's like, didn't Michael Cole, wasn't that the reason why you didn't get hired, by the way, is because you laughed at your own joke? That's all they fucking do. They're like me.
No, they said because I swore or something, even though I didn't swear. Because
didn't you say one of the reasons was because you laughed during one of your commentary clips?
No, I don't. I mean, it might have been one of the things, but again, I don't think they saw. The problem is they were shown. Michael Cole was shown commentary that wasn't my real commentary. It was like my joking commentary. He didn't see the real.
Oh, okay.
So like the big thing was like I was swearing or something. But so he saw the wrong commentary. But you know,
now all they do is talk about like dildos and like shoving things up, but they have to do it like this. Well, I thought you were talking about the other thing, and the joke I'm making is about a penis, but I can't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Like that's every time. Every joke they do is like that.
Well,
so I don't know
what I liked
part of the show really.
There was lots of cringe moments on commentary tonight. There's no doubt about it. But what I liked about it was how Michael Cole puts Pat in a bad spot. Like Pat doesn't know how to respond. He's like, I don't know if Dom's going to be able to, do things with Liv tonight or something. And Pat was like, "What do you mean?" or whatever. And he's like, "Well, because." You know what I mean? Not the belt, but something else. And it was just weird. Yeah. So, I don't know, like, it was funny, kind of, but, like, it was more funny that Pat McAfee didn't know what to do with it, so that's why I was laughing. But, like...
Well, I was laughing at the part where Michael Cole, there's this, like, big establishing shot of the city and the arena, and Michael Cole is like, "I've always wanted to do this." Live from and then the fucking thing cuts him off while he's talking, and then it cuts back to him, and like Pat McAfee's like, "Great speech, man." And then they're at another establishing shot of the arena, and Michael Cole goes to say something again, and then the microphone cuts off, and then for like 45 seconds, it's just this awkward drone footage with no one talking, and then it cuts to Seth Green, who looks like he's dying of like cancer, like his skin is gray. I was so sad for him, bro. Like, look at, if you can find this clip, bro, it's so awkward, and that was like it is weird now that they're moving to Netflix. They have to find like. They have to get into the groove of things again. They always have these periods where they've perfected everything, and then they got to switch platforms. And it seems like they always fuck up when they do this. Like there was a lot of technical difficulties at the Saturday night's main event too. So that was kind of amusing. But
yeah, dude, Seth Green looked cooked as fuck. He looked cooked out of his mind. He was like, Like,
but if you go back a minute prior, that's when the Michael Cole gets cut off.
You know what's weird, dude?
Really...
I was taking screenshots of the show, and then my computer got a big update. Like it was a huge update on the computer, and when I restarted my computer with the update that took 30 minutes, by the way, I now could not screenshot Raw. It's black. It's like blanked out. But like that's how it always was on Google Chrome. But I went to Netflix all the time. To Firefox. I had Firefox open just an hour ago, and I was taking screenshots of the show so I could review it tonight. And
they don't let you do that
now.
Anymore?
They don't let you do it, and it all started when I updated my computer. So like I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I just updated my computer. Now I can't take screenshots anymore. So I don't know how I can get around that, but it started tonight. Kind of crazy.
It's fucking.
Pissed me off. The drone was funny. It was buzzing when the crowd was quiet. You had the drone going, and that was weird. The new commercials were really funny because they were completely different than the old commercials. And they shit. One of the commercials is a new cell phone commercial, and they shit on Cricket Wireless, which was the funniest fucking thing ever because WWE practically blew Cricket Wireless. And
I didn't see any of the commercials. I guess I have like expensive Netflix.
What? Really?
Yeah, like every time it would cut to black, it would just cut to another, like it would just cut back to the match. So It was like they were going to commercial break, but they just went back to the match.
Wait a minute. Are you serious? That's crazy. Because I would think that no matter what Netflix
how much did you spend for Netflix?
$14.99.
I think I spent the same amount, so that's weird.
No, dude, there was commercials. Because the commercials aren't like programmed by Netflix. These commercials are being like hard run by WWE.
Oh, okay. Well, during the Seth Rollins and CM Punk match, like they would have a match, like while the match was going on, it would like cut to black, and then it would cut right back to them having this match, and then it would cut to black again, and then it would cut to an establishing shot of the arena, and they would like intro it again.
Wow.
Did that happen for you?
I mean, I saw that when they came back from commercials sometimes, but I don't know. Maybe there was
so maybe I don't know. Maybe I have a more expensive version of it. I guess maybe I'm just better than you. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Are you using a VPN or something?
No, I don't know. I have this. I guess I just have a better Netflix than you.
I'm wondering if it's just that they didn't push it out the right way then, and maybe some people saw no commercials by accident. Because, I mean, theoretically,
no, because the commentary was still going on. It wasn't like the commentary stopped talking. So it looked like they were going to a commercial break, but instead of going to a commercial break, it would just cut back to the match with the commentary still going on, and then it would cut back to black again, and then cut to an establishing shot of the arena, and they're like, "We are here live on Netflix for this match."
Damn, I wish I got that.
So it's weird.
Well, I kind of that is very strange. I'll have to look into that and figure that out. But the Ring had ads too, and the Ring was like
they
black.
had so many ads. Anybody was complaining about that Prime bottle last year, fucking forget it.
Yeah, what do you think about Fortnite and Snickers now, huh?
Snickers, Fortnite, Netflix, fucking Prime. What was the other one?
I didn't see the other ones actually.
They should start advertising movies on the canvas, like Superman 2025.
Yeah, they did a lot of Netflix talk, which makes sense because they had the new WWE
Stranger
audience
Things.
watching. Well, I can't wait for that. Hogan.
I feel like tonight with the like Undertaker coming out and like Hulk Hogan, I felt like those like them coming out. I don't know. It's to me, it's always like
Didn't belong.
What people think. It's what people think a wrestling show is like. And then the Hulk Hogan came out, and then the Undertaker with the American Badass came out. But it's like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, what did the Undertaker coming out have anything to do with Rhea Ripley? Like, I was like wondering, like, I don't know. I just felt like it didn't fit. But I mean, I like to see Undertaker obviously because he's my favorite wrestler.
I think people wanted Undertaker to come into the ring. I thought he was gonna like tombstone Dom or something.
Tombstone Liv, break her neck.
Or let Liv eat him out. Eat her out. But no. So I think that Undertaker was weird, old. And this was completely kind of like bizarre because here we are in very, very liberal L.A. and here comes the Undertaker who just supported Trump a ton. Here comes Hulk Hogan who just supported Trump a ton, and Hogan gets booed out of the building. I don't know if you heard what I said earlier, but I said if I was Hogan, they had to know. They had to know that he potentially could get booed and that it could be bad.
Why didn't Taker get booed, though?
Well, Taker did a little
because
bit.
They can't boo.
But they were playing the music and stuff like that. And, yeah, people – I think Hogan's just seen as the worst one because Hogan had the N-word thing. And he really was supporting Trump. Like, he was on the stages of the Trump rally things. And Undertaker just kind of interviewed him and said he's voting for him.
Imagine the Undertaker came out and challenged Hulk Hogan at the Trump rally. Like he came out like, Hulk Hogan, I'm the #1 Trump supporter. Like while the Undertaker music is playing.
And they put that match on Netflix. He's like, I love Trump more than you do. And then Hogan's like, well, I don't think you love anything more than me, brother. You dead man. You'll be a dead son of a bitch in the ring. And Undertaker's like,
you dropped me on my hand, brother. I didn't forget about that.
I'll tombstone you so hard, you'll vote Kamala. Like, and then they have a match. That would have been great tonight. The match for the love of Trump. That would have been great. And Trump's on the outside of the ring.
No, if Taker came out with a Trump hat on, and then Hulk Hogan came out with a Make America Great Again shirt, and he ripped it off, and there was like another shirt under there, and he just kept ripping off merchandise for Trump. I wanted to see that, bro. I wanted to see fucking LA Riot Part 2, bro.
I think that people think that Hogan's racist, and that's the difference. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I
true.
mean, as opposed to every Trump supporter's racist, but they really know that's not true. But they do think.
I mean, Hulk
maybe
Hogan is racist, though, so that's the thing.
Well, he probably is to some extent. I mean, for real, he's a
No,
flawed.
he is.
He's a flawed
racist.
person. I mean, like I've said, I know a lot of black people that love Hogan still. They're like, I still love the guy. I think he's a little bit weird, but whatever.
I think he's a flawed person. I don't think he's like an evil, like malicious person, but he's definitely racist.
He's
There's like,
very flawed.
I think people need to understand that just because someone is racist doesn't mean that they are inherently just an evil person. You know.
Yeah,
Except,
like
I mean, Anthony Cumia is pretty close to being just an awful, evil racist. I mean,
yeah, he's getting weird. He's getting
Oh.
very weird on Twitter.
he spoke on a white supremacist meeting.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Like, I mean, it's not. It's like one of those things where, like, it's not. You know how Gavin McGinnis is like joking, kind of like it's kind of like an overdone joke on purpose. But like, I think Cumia seems really fucking crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. He's not wrong with a lot of things
He also
says.
he also just looks like a fucking ghoul. You know, he just looks like a goblin now. It's like he doesn't.
Are you
like,
talking about this
seriously,
guy right
like-
here, Seth Green? Like, I mean, bro.
Yeah, I was like, dude, is he gonna die or something?
Yeah, he doesn't look good here. I mean,
Macaulay Culkin got like the fuck. It's so funny. Seth Green got like a mild pop, and then Macaulay Culkin got like an insane pop.
yeah, bro, because Seth Green's like in hiding. You know, he like does shows like behind the scenes now, but Macaulay Culkin doesn't do anything, but he is on YouTube and stuff. You know, so Macaulay
Well, he's on Red
Culkin's-
Letter Media a lot, so I like him there.
Right. Macaulay it was like weird and he knows it. He's like, yeah, I'm weird and you love it. And you're like, yes,
Well,
I do.
Because the fucking media tried to paint him out to be this psycho because he smoked weed. Like
Right.
he got busted on a weed charge, and they're like, fucking Macaulay Culkin, fucking deception and lies, you know? Like they really tried to make him, and they took the mugshot of him and stuff, and like, so what? He partied and he got arrested. Who gives a fuck?
Seth Green is
I
so
mean,
mad. He's like, the only like part of the deal with me having a show is I have to be here. Like, you know, like
No, remember Seth Green also had a match.
well, that's
in
true. He
2009.
actually is a fan, so it's true. He's a fan. Who's this?
Remember 2009? Remember 2009 when they have a celebrity host
Uh-huh.
like every week?
Yes. I don't remember who he
That was
wrestled.
a horrible.
Well, let's talk about the
horrible era
Miley
of
Cyrus kind of lookalike that he's got next to him with the overbite.
Oh fuck!
Like now,
Yeah,
if they, how much taller than him is
She's
she?
half retarded, but she sucks my cock.
Seth, who's this girl? Who can we speak, ma'am? Who are you? My name is Liza. Oh, shut up!
Shut up!
Shut the fuck
I
up!
said, don't fucking
I told
talk.
you not
Don't
to fucking talk. I told you not to fucking talk. When they talk to me, I said I don't care if they talk to you. Shut the fuck up.
Seth, come on, Seth. Come on, we're at the
No,
show. You know,
no.
Shut
no.
the
You know
fuck
what?
up, Macaulay.
It's
You
over.
fucking
I don't
Home
want to
Alone
be
cunt.
here anyway.
You Home Alone cunt.
He knocks out Macaulay Culkin, and then you can hear him vaguely in the background. You can barely hear him, but in the background he goes, "Now everyone's gonna know I'm fucking a retard." Oh my god, dude, that would have been moment of the night.
She just starts freaking out. She just starts going, "Ooh." It's like, oh fuck, get the fuck on. Starts strangling her.
Oh my god, bro.
The camera's already cut away at this point. They're like focusing on the match, and it's like, I feel like we can hear something. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, can we talk about this whatever guy or girl? It's hard to tell what anything is in LA anymore, but can we talk about this thing in the background that has a mask under his chin? I mean, did he go to the arena and then go, "Oh wait, I thought it was why would you even wear the mask? Why do you have a mask?"
I'm just like different.
I like different
So
things.
different.
This is, this reminds me of when I used to say that I would bring a sign. I'd like to carry a political sign, but it doesn't make any sense, so nobody knows if they like what it means. Like, I love bullets. Guns are sometimes not allowed, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and people are just
didn't you say like Jesse say like guns start now or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Guns start now. Yeah, that'd be a great sign. Like, people are like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does that mean?
Put a vague sign like they will die.
Yeah. Yep. This has to become something, or like, yeah. Guns sometimes win.
Yeah. So what did you think of Rhea Ripley winning the title? You know, what do you?
I just knew.
You think that's a good move for her?
I mean, I just knew it was going to happen, so like it wasn't. I was like, okay, there it is. You know, It was. I don't know. Like, I think it's fine because it's one of the biggest shows of the year. And they had to. I said this the other night on the show when I was talking about Raw on Netflix. I said, there's got to be craziness that happens. There's got to be a bunch of like legends that come out and surprise us or something. And there's got to be a chaos and stuff. And then there's got to be like moments that make people want to watch next week. I think one of their issues tonight was they didn't quite, like I said earlier, they didn't nail it with getting people to watch next week. Like, I think there was a few more things they needed to do to say, guess what? Next week, this is happening. They really didn't do that.
It felt more like a pay-per-view than it did like a show.
Yeah.
And I understand that's the vibe they were going for, but I really think that the main event needed like a turn, or like needed someone like, maybe a surprise finish, or maybe needed like Drew McIntyre to like I really want Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and like Kevin Owens to be in a faction. I think that would just, because all their characters are like lining up and are very similar with each other.
Yeah.
So it's like I wanted something to happen in the main event, but instead we just like got matches. I think Seth probably could have had a win, whether it be by like cheat. Help him lose, and then like nothing happened afterwards. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't really like a crazy Raw. Like, I was expecting tonight to be like insane, and maybe I don't know if it's like the fans or like maybe the WWE itself, but like it definitely got really overhyped, and like people are gonna making this out to be like it was gonna be WrestleMania on Raw, and it really wasn't. It was just an all right Raw. Like, I think it's better than your average Raw. But there was also a lot of shit I didn't like. I hated the fact that Michael Cole and Pat McAfee tried to sell this narrative that the reason why Roman Reigns got booed was because he was the best and not because he cheated people out of like the title for like 3.5 years. Like, why does he have this revisionist history, but no other heel in history ever has? It's like, dude, Triple H, when he was a heel, it's like he wouldn't like the next day be like, Triple H, a great guy. Like Jim Ross wasn't like, Triple H, stand-up guy, one of the best champions I ever know, Triple H, even though he just murdered that lady. I mean, he's a good guy. Like, no. I don't know. That shit is always going to annoy me, and it really hindered my enjoyment of the whole show. Was just really how goofy and bad the commentary was. And Michael Cole, I think they need to stop saying he's the GOAT, because he's not.
Yeah, Michael Cole is winding down, and for a little while, Pat McAfee really picked him up. But now that Pat McAfee is there a lot, he sort of settled back down more. Pat McAfee doesn't quite have the hype he had before, and is sort of just like
they told him to stop it.
I don't know what they did, but Pat McAfee has turned into a little bit of a video game commentator version of what he was. Like,
yeah,
he sort of just goes through motions, but there's
stole Madden's gimmick of the fucking like the
kind of
the yellow marker thing.
Did he? I didn't.
And they try to like, yeah, and everyone like,
oh, the telestrator
would, like, pause
thing.
The show and be, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess so, yeah. But a lot of people do that on sports things now. But yeah, no, I get it. He's like, well, it's because, I'm the football player, so I draw football plays. I mean, that's what it's. I get it. But like,
He draw himself hanging himself.
it'd be nice if they broke things down and stuff and then created their own ideas. Like, I do it a lot. I could do it with anything. We could literally play clips and I would do it with anything. Like, there was one point tonight where, like, somebody sort of missed the move or didn't do it fully the right way. Like, oh, I know what it was. Somebody got speared, and the spear was an awesome counter, but it was like the last minute he got it in there, and because of that, he hit it weird, and the count was a 2.5 or almost a 3. And it's like there's an opportunity there to be like, man, he nailed him, what a counter, but if he had got all of it, he would have won right there. He didn't quite get all of it.
Yep.
He connected with the sternum and the shoulder, but he didn't line it up fully. It's like in baseball when you foul off a fastball or something. It's like it was just missed, and that's how close these things are, and that's how good you got to be in this ring. Yes. And just little things like that.
They always try to ignore botches. They always just try to ignore botches,
right?
And just instead of calling them out, like when CM Punk got pedigreed on the table, and he pretty much just landed on his knee. It was like the safest looking pedigree ever. I would have been like, well, it looks like CM Punk right there. I mean, he definitely took damage, but he reduced most of it when he landed on his knee. And they've definitely that's all you need to call out. I love when people do stuff like that instead of just like go silent for 15 seconds.
Yeah, you notice that too, is that what the problem is then they go silent because it's like their heads are like resetting as they think about what they just saw. It's weird that they don't just right away, like you said, just call it out right away. Just be like, well, it was a good move, but look at that. Punk got his knee down. Now, my question is his knee okay? Because he clearly put his knee down to try to block that and absorb most of it. And, man, I'll tell you.
You know who's great at that?
Corey Graves does it sometimes.
Nigel McGuinness was amazing at that. And he didn't quite get it. You can see it right there. His knee didn't quite land all the way in his face. And he missed it. He grazed him. It didn't quite land it all the way.
The only time it doesn't work is on the actual finish is the only time you can't do it. On the actual finish is the only time. Every other time it's great because, like you said, it's like, well, the match isn't over. So it's perfect. They always kick out. And you go, wow, he kicked out of that finishing move by the guy, but you saw something flawed in it. And so you can call that out, and then it makes sense and reason in people's minds instead of...
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting for feedback. Waiting for them to tell me, oh, my God, I'm going to lose my fucking job. That's how it feels. Like when Michael... I just feel like they're always still nervous. Like, don't yell at me. Like, I'm not even talking. Like, don't fucking yell at me.
Right.
He's got PTSD from Vince, bro.
Yeah. You know, I don't understand.
Yeah, like
the commentaries.
An ad for Young Sheldon just popped up on my Netflix.
Oh boy, let me play some donations. Let's see what the people are saying out there.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Pacharo. What's up, baby?
Catman did not enjoy this show. What did he expect? This show was more of a pay-per-view, to get a boost in the ratings and excitement. He's complaining there was no stories or segments tonight.
There wasn't. Who gives a fuck what he says? Go kill yourself, Pajaro. But no, I think, I mean, that was the issue tonight. But the weird thing is they met me halfway tonight. They still entertained everybody, but they didn't do the
Super Chat Party.
This was for the already watching fans.
Wasn't
mostly
a bad show, but was expecting more. Was really hoping that Rock would turn on Roman.
Well, I mean, is it really?
Yeah, they set that up for like 2 minutes and nothing happened.
Yeah,
so maybe they'll do something on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't. It was a little confusing with The Rock tonight, just playing chairman kind of and not saying too much, and then CENA came out and no Austin again because Austin hates them now. I don't know what it is, but obviously Stone Cold doesn't care for them much anymore or doesn't get paid enough or something.
Stone Cold a liberal?
He's kind of like, he's sort of like borderline. Like Stone Cold is kind of liberalish in a lot of his things, but he's also, I also think he voted for, I think he voted Trump. But he's kind of like liberal. Okay. He's like me, I feel like. I listen to Stone Cold, but he also said something really dumb recently, too. So I don't know. Austin's weird. I can't figure him out quite, but he's definitely a good, overall, socially, he's a good dude. He really is. It seems like, except for when he beats women, but, you know. Damn. So I can't quite figure his thing out, but I think he's kind of like classic old school liberal-ish with a little bit of that Republican in him. So I don't know, man. I think you probably went Trump. I'm betting, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
I was just maybe thinking that maybe there was like a political thing.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because why does he hate them?
No.
Maybe he's just really loyal to Vince.
No, I think it could be that a little bit of that, but I think it's a money thing. I think it's just like he's so content with what he's doing right now. He's so relaxed. He already came back and did all that stuff with Vince and Pat and all that stuff he did, and then the Cody Rhodes story really could have used him, and it was supposed to be him, and then they just they couldn't figure it out.
I mean, that's one of the biggest things that, like, I love The Undertaker. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But like him being out there, I was like, I mean, that's great and all, but it doesn't really make much sense. Like, I remember watching WrestleMania and hearing the bong, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is he here? Like, so, like, who's gonna come out next? Fucking the gobbledygooker?
Imagine if he did, and then they pulled off the like the head, and it's and see under that could have been Vince. Could have been great.
I seriously want our theory to, or like our prediction to happen, where the Chris Benoit music is still in the cycle and it somehow gets played.
Oh my god!
Like at a crucial moment of the show, like what the fuck?
No, and the crowd goes, oh, and then it shuts off. It just shuts right off, and everybody goes, "What the hell is?"
because for like 10 seconds, they're like 2 seconds, people would actually be like, "It was a fucking work." The whole murder, everything was a work.
Oh my god.
Dunkachino? Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Dunkachino.
It's Bad Omen donating $11.
Creamy goodness, I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
LA crowds usually suck, and Hogan seemed like he should have called the Nature Boy, got one of his limos with 38 women in there and gone for a bender. Not a bad show overall, picture looked better than I've ever seen compared to USA. 7/10.
Yeah, I'd probably give this show about a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10, but it was a good show tonight. Bad Omen, thank you. And yes, the picture looked amazing. Other than actual cable, when it looks really good, right? Because YouTube TV doesn't look great. Hulu and all that other stuff, that hasn't looked great either. It looks good if you don't care, you don't pay attention, but it doesn't look great to me. But cable looks a lot better. And man, pay-per-view, when you buy something on pay-per-view, looks amazing. But tonight, Netflix actually looked like that was the best I've seen WWE look since I watched a HD pay-per-view like 10 years ago. So
really?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't notice it. It looked a little like blurry but then again, I was watching it on my phone and my TV, but
it didn't look great on my projector, but that's because it was my projector. But when I came in here and I watched it on my screen, I went, "Damn, it is crisp. It is fucking crisp." And part of that, I think, was the lighting. They lit this place up like crazy. Like there was.
I love the look of it. I love that all the lights had the little red lights on the chairs.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna last.
Well, I think it's just this arena because this is like a new arena. So
okay.
like even when they shot in the back when the Roman Reigns was walking through the hallways with Paul Heyman, like the halls are so big and it looks so nice. And because you're used to normal Raws where they're in an arena place and it's like, blue bricks with the hockey team's logo on the side or something. And it just looked so spacious and elegant and whatever, because this is a new building, I believe. I don't remember what it's called, the Intuit something arena. So
yeah, the Init arena or something like
it's Intuit, like the TurboTax people or whatever. I don't know.
Put your dick into it.
Yeah, get into it, and then the government kills you.
New subscriber.
Put your dick into it on the movie set in LA.
Jessica has subscribed to the channel. What's up, Jessica? What is my ex-girlfriend subscribing? What's going on? And we got more. And the drones. Yeah, the drones are fun. A lot of fun with the drones. There's so much more to say. I'm gonna remember
I feel
stuff.
like I'd be more worried about those flying and hitting me in the face.
That would be fun. Alex Oley became a member. Thank you, Alex Oli, for being a member 40 months in a row. He says, to be honest, Raw was good, but not great. 7.5 out of 10. Fun. I would probably say the same thing. If I had to put a gun to my head, in the end, I'd probably say, yeah, you know what? Tonight was a 7.5 out of 10. You should watch it, but again, they didn't do enough to carry story to the next few weeks, but they did have an exciting show. That makes sense. Mustafa's in the chat.
$9
All
for
the
a
show,
box.
brother.
Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Subscriber since 2014, showing some love with one of my favorite donation songs. Lol, thanks for being awesome for so many years and never changing. I agree. They did a bad job promoting next week for the new viewers.
Right, and that was one of my worst case scenarios, but I wasn't as mad about it as I thought because they did have a good show. So that saved it. And thank you for being here all these years, man. Illuminaldi.
I pay for the premium plan and the commercials were too much. Every single match midway through. The way they were planned was terrible.
Yeah, I thought they could have dialed back the commercials a little bit because, I mean, we're on Netflix, but they want to make that money anyway, though.
And
So-
every entrance was like 20 minutes long because
Yeah.
they'd come out, then they would go to commercial, then they come back to commercial, and then still in that person's like entrance, they would show the preview clip, like the promo, and then they would go to commercial, and then they'd come back to commercial, and then the next guy would come out.
Yeah, they kind of
That was bad.
It kind of reminded me
That
almost
was really, really bad.
like a Jake Paul boxing pay-per-view or something. Like that's kind of what it, like, I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, then The Rock.
Did you hear that Logan said that he's going to become a full-time WWE superstar?
I did hear that. I watched somebody talk about that recently. And then I watched a guy break down this guy literally, dude, this guy broke down his recent video, Logan Paul's video, and like just destroyed him. And it's hilarious. You have to see this.
What's the video called?
I don't know right now, but I will find it and I will send it to you and you will die laughing.
Logan Paul.
It's like, dude, it's like 30 minutes and the thumbnail is him sucking a black microphone cock. It's the guy is right up our alley of the stuff that we would joke about with Logan Paul. It's just really funny. I gotta send it to you. I gotta find it because I was dying the other day, and the guy just like it does something like I would do or used to do, but he did it way like perfect. I got it right here. The guy's got 65. The guy's got 65,000 views, dude. I am telling you, bro.
What's his name?
Where is it? Hold on, listen to this. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
He's viral, bro!
Done it before.
When he talks about the guy's mother, he talks about Logan's mother. Oh my god, bro, I was dying. He's like,
I found it.
watch this when he talks about his mother. Hold on, let me get this. This is so good. All right, here it is.
Taking it up the bangus from the Illuminati.
Oh, here it is.
In a post-fight video, in extreme detail, how that was on purpose and why he did it. His motivations for doing such a heinous act.
Speaking of Netflix, the WWE has moved to Netflix and I'm going with them.
If you needed any more reason to cancel your Netflix subscription,
This year I continue to show why I am the absolute best at this sport. I'm built for wrestling.
you're built for taking cocks in your ass. And that's how you got this famous. That is how you got this famous. By taking it up the bangus from the Illuminati. That's how you and your dumbass brother keep failing upwards. Lizard dicks in your ass. That's the secret to your success. There's simply no other explanation.
Oh, but he manifested this. Oh, he's hustling. He's grinding.
Oh, he's grinding all right.
I'm also humble, extremely f***ing humble.
Humble and homosexual.
I'm viralist, but I stay in humble. I
fucking viral, bro!
It's because he sucks the microphone off.
A straight guy wouldn't even joke like that. A straight guy wouldn't even joke like that. And notice the color of the mic, right?
Oh my God. And notice the color. This video has 70,000 views now.
Although, to be fair, a straight guy would joke like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. And to be honest, this guy's wearing pink wristbands as he calls somebody else gay. Well, he talks to a child's pink microphone with green glasses and a yellow turban head. I mean, this is clear projection, by the way. This guy is blowing men at night.
Oh yeah, he is definitely.
So just to be.
What?
Hold on, let me play the part about his mom. You got to see his part.
This is a love of BBC. He knows what this is. Guys, this is not his first time. This is not his first time. He knows what he is doing. He has been in this exact position hundreds of times. Now, listen, he doesn't just suck lizard cack. He loves BBC. That explains his friendship with KSI. Now, I'm not saying KSI is a BBC.
This guy does seem
BC,
like he's like, he's probably like a psycho.
Yeah, probably. This is people that we used to know would do this.
Crass
No, yeah, like you definitely would. This guy definitely would betray you and hop on a drama show
and then dox your family.
Covered this in a previous video. There's a good chance you haven't seen it. Let me show you that clip right now. So quickly to set this up, this is Christmas at the Pauls. This is a gift that Logan gave Jake. Watch. So as you can see, a BBC toy.
When I went like that.
And that's their mom. That's their mom.
Their mom gets a
divorced
dildo
from their dad. Why? Obviously, this is why. Look.
I almost said it feels like a penis.
Mom, put it down, Mom.
Penis.
Mom, put it down, Mom. Jesus Christ.
Look at this. She's going for it. She's going for it. She needs it.
No, stop, Mother.
Do you see this? Would your mom act this way? Would your mom act this way with the camera crew here? It's genetic, but I'll still make fun of it.
And RW was when
he spends like 30 minutes talking about like how Logan Paul's a satanic demon who takes it up the ass. Like it's like,
probably. I mean, to be fair, Logan Paul's all about that grind, man. You know, so he just worked hard. He paid his dues, and no, yeah, definitely some Illuminati.
It's an amazing video
on there.
It's an amazing video.
Well,
but
the thing with Logan Paul and Jake Paul is like they feel like parodies, like cartoon characters of like stereotypical rich assholes that are like obviously bad people.
Yeah.
But like that guy says, they fail upwards because no matter how stupid and like idiotic they're exposed to be and just like horrible people they come off as, they still get all these $1 million deals and everybody ends up kissing their ass and shaking their hands and hugging them and saying, he's a great guy, that guy. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. But it's funny because those same people that will say that about him will still be like, but Vince McMahon is a bad guy. Vince McMahon is a terrible guy. Because he was caught. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, no,
like,
it is.
And you know what? It is weird to me too that like CM Punk, he's like, oh yeah, I don't want to be in that company with that scumbag Vince McMahon. But then again, you know, you don't mind being in the same company with someone like Logan Paul, who's just as much of a scumbag, or work for a bunch of boardroom executives that probably do exactly the same shit. And like piss in each other's mouths and all this other weird shit. So I just find that whole thing like phony. Anybody be like, oh, well, thank God we got the cancer out of WWE. Like, you know what? It's the same shit. It's run by now it's run by a soulless machine that's turned the WWE into this fucking like corporate shill company. Like it already was, but oh my God, like it feels so like genericized. I don't know how to say it. Like it feels like
AI.
There was a certain like, yeah, AI is perfect. Like it doesn't have like a natural feel to it anymore, and it almost feels artificial. And what I don't like is that we're told like all the time that the show is fake. Like just stop. I don't need to be reminded. Like stop. I'm fucking watching the show. I don't need someone on Raw to tell me about the stories.
Yeah,
and like Michael Cole ruined this moment with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns is about to hit a spear, and Kevin Owens walks in and like out of nowhere and hits a fucking stunner, and it's like a surprise moment. And Michael Cole does not sell this at all. He just goes.
He treated like he's in the match.
Kevin Owens hits him with this. Yeah, as if he was in the match. He hits the stunner, and then like immediately Michael Cole is going, well, he's in a storyline with Cody Rhodes. Like, what the fuck is a storyline in kayfabe?
Did he say
that? What does
that
mean?
Did he say storyline?
Yeah.
Really?
He either said story or storyline.
I don't. Oh my god. I don't. Are you sure he said that? Because if he said that, that's really bad. Like he's in a storyline.
Yeah, he was like Kevin Owens, who's involved in a story with Cody Rhodes.
I think he just said he's involved with Cody Rhodes. They've had. No,
he
problems.
said a story. He said a story.
What did I? Oh wow. Okay, that's not.
Yeah,
good.
if you go back to that part of the match, that he'll say that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean it was
commentary.
Weird. Yeah, like
I'm just imagining like a little kid watching that. Like when you were a little kid, if they just told you like, well, Hulk Hogan, he is the baby face, the good guy in the story versus the heel Iron Sheik. Like if
it'd be like if in a Marvel movie,
you as a little kid,
it's like in a Marvel movie if they're constantly saying, well, he is the bad guy and we're the good guys. Like, and they kept saying that. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Like, why do they?
Yeah,
they kind of do that, and then when
it's like spelled out for you.
Yeah.
What?
They're the good guys. I think.
I'll let you know what you are watching is not an actual real show. What's up, Mustafa? Are you muted?
What's up, kid?
All right, I've talked about so much. There's so much I'm going to forget, and tomorrow I'll remember. I wish I talked about it, but that's okay. My brain's fried. What do you want to say about Raw, Mustafa? Long time.
Just a couple things. Yeah, long time no here. Yeah, dude. The production just looked great. I mean, again, I know there was like very, I don't know, roller coaster like moments in terms of just using so much of the damn just the different effects and everything like that they were doing with the cameras and all that stuff. I mean, the one image that I'll never get out of my mind is literally Jey Uso doing like the yeet up and down deal with the lights are going up and down simultaneously. It looked really cool, and notwithstanding that, I believe is the first time on a Raw that somebody just smoked weed all the way to the freaking ring, which is probably like, dude, you gotta understand that that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, like that's cool. It wasn't shocking that Hogan got booed. I mean, you're in California, which is typically really a blue state and is like, one of the biggest homeless populations in the, in the States, and, various other different things, involving Cali right now. And I wasn't shocked at all him getting booed. He's going to get cheered in Texas though.
Why does them being homeless, why would they boo him just because they're homeless?
Also, they're in the cockroachery, and he cucked out.
Why are they booing Hogan? Because they're homeless. I don't get it.
No. Well, here's the thing. Like, Hogan's making money regardless of who's booing him and how much money they make in a year or this and that. So he's making bank. He's laughing his ass off to the bank. And regardless of where he is politically, again, whatever deals he's got, he's going to make off that. And I think there's just a lot of people, whether they be, financially ill-equipped or, maybe in this sense, like, Hogan, because he didn't apologize for certain things that he says in the past about, obviously all the racist crap, all the, so-called, like, comments that he's made that were lies, including in the McMahon doc, and, which is public knowledge already. But, I mean, there's various reasons to boo him.
You don't think any of that has to, but you don't think them just booing him, so you think that has more to do with, like, poverty and him being rich instead of him being an open Trump supporter?
The fact that it's California, and I mean, again, California at this current moment right now in the current landscape of things, and it's not necessarily. I've just brought up the idea that Cali does have like the highest population of homelessness. It wasn't necessarily that's the matter of what it was.
Why don't you just admit you hate homeless people, man? It's fucked up.
I love homeless people. I love serving.
You love raping them. So let's just say this: Hogan, they don't like him because of the political stuff, which is weird because it's like, why is it political that he's out there? Like, again, I don't know, but it's so weird. But I mean, we knew. What did you think about my idea, though, Rastaffa? Did you hear my idea about it?
No, I didn't. What's up?
So basically, to make it really quickly, I knew Hogan was going to be booed. Everybody in the back should have known Hogan was going to be booed. Hogan should have known that Hogan was going to be booed. And my thing was, if I was Hogan, I would have said, hey, brother, let me go out there, but if they attack me and it's awful, I'm going to rip off my shirt or I'm going to come back here and switch shirts.
He's going to do that anyway.
And no, but you're right. But I want him to go into the back, and then the NWO music plays, and then he comes back out with an NWO shirt, and instead of American flag, Jimmy Hart's waving like the NWO flag, and then Hogan continues what he was going to do, and then he rips off that shirt and it promotes his beer.
That would have gone down.
What if he pulled off his shirt, but it was NWO style Trump, like?
Oh my god! Like pro Trump, like the red and black pro Trump.
Yeah, he pulls out the spray paint and he does blackface.
Yeah, blackface.
Oh my god! I think since because maybe it's not cool in L.A. to be an old white guy who voted for Donald Trump. Maybe I'm gonna help identify all you people with me really quickly. So hold on one second and let me just transform myself. One second. And then he starts going,
African American.
And then the New Day comes out and then supports him. And they're like, oh yeah, and they hug Hogan. We love you, Hogan. And Hogan's like, well, what do you think of me? Now I'm Rodney Hogan, brother. Oh my God!
One of us.
They say I'm racist, but I got two black friends right here.
Yeah, they all talk about Hulk Hogan being racist, dude, but Rodney Hogan can never be racist because I got two black brothers right beside me right now, brother. And like the crowd would be losing it, dude. He might not get out of that fucking arena. Like it'd be great. Although, what are they gonna do?
Honestly, I mean, in all actual fact, I mean, being really serious, I mean. I was really not that shocked that he got booed. My whole deal was, I'm like, okay, what is he going to say other than just plugging his beer company or whatever it was? And then, I mean, I just thought of this also too. I mean, the next Saturday night's main event, he's going to be
What did you want me to do, Jigaboo?
Jesse, the Body Ventura, is also going to be there also. And God only knows what Jesse's going to say about Hogan on the commentary, since that they're going to be in the same building, and most likely Hogan will probably get a better pop than he did, here in Cali.
I just like to say this.
I'll keep my mouth shut as long as they keep that scumbag away from me.
Yeah, keep him away from me. You ruined Hugin's
from above.
35 years later, and I'm getting cheered and Hogan's getting booed. I was right all along, Gene.
Looks like everybody woke up.
We should have been unionized.
Hey, whatever happened to the documentary I did with Alex Jones? Oh, I pretend that doesn't exist now that I'm a shill. Oh, sorry, Jesse.
I thought you meant you were going to say you were a Navy SEAL there.
I was a Navy SEAL.
You know where I got this jacket from?
I've only my jacket's Damien. Jake the Snake Roberts.
I killed Jake the Snake.
Did you know Jake the Snake Roberts is in AEW now? Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
What's that? It's another wrestling company.
Did you know that Jake the Snake Roberts was raped by his father? I saw it plenty of times.
Did you know that Jake the Snake Roberts' sister is his mother? Did you know that? I did, because
Pat McAfee's got to be like, yeah, man, that's great, man, cool. Who's Jake the Snake again? I forget.
I remember when I have the video of it too, and I remember when I saw Jake at WrestleCon, and I was telling him all this stuff, like, so good to see you in my whole life and whatever, and what's up anyway, and he was just like, yeah, that I'm doing a thing at the hall next week. Tell everybody about it. It's gonna be me. And then he just went into like this promo about this thing he was doing, and I was like, "Oh, great!"
Wait, he was putting over himself.
He was just putting over his thing to me, and he didn't care. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. And I'm like, but yeah, I just want to say thank you, Jake. We love you, man. And he's just like,
speaking of which, did you check out the, when Rock was backstage? I think they put it on Instagram or something.
Yeah, he got drunk and then drove.
Mustafa, you just did what Jake the Snake did to Joe.
Yeah, went right back into wrestling the night.
Yeah, I love you, man.
I thought it was good.
Anyway,
that was a good transition. No, he's going to get to a good point. The Rock literally drank, I think, and drove tonight.
Yeah, he drank and drove. But the other thing that he did was he hugged Hunter, but then Hunter like extended his hand and he like completely no-sold it. And Rock just like hugged everybody else.
Hold on, I got it. I'm going to play it for everybody. Oh, that was my call, the Kevin Owens thing. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I thought it was Michael Cole.
Oh my God, a stunner! Kevin Owens came from out of the crowd and attacked Roman Reigns.
That's what Michael Cole didn't do. He was just like, oh, and a stunner by Owens.
He hit him with a stunner. That is Kevin Owens. He is involved with a story with Cody Rhodes in this fictional tale we call professional wrestling. I am the GOAT, apparently, not Jim Ross.
Oh, here's the no sell. Oh wait, you guys can't see it. I gotta turn the thing on. All right, take a look. Here it is.
Turn the thing on, Joe.
Yeah, turn the thing on. Turn my thing on.
Yeah, right there. Completely no-sold it.
Oh, you didn't see him.
While he's pulling that up, when it did go ringside, I did think it was funny when Michael Cole was like, I got to get the hell out of the way. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I never want to see that cut of Michael Cole dancing or whatever that was.
Yeah, he's on the ground and he's barely moving. Mike's like, I got to get out of the way. He moves like 2 feet.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could smell Liv's pussy.
Look at Triple H. Oh man, oh.
No, I feel really bad for him, man. Well, then again, Rock can't see anything. He's wearing sunglasses in this dark ass room.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of bodies in that room. Not gonna lie, there was just a lot of people.
Well, see,
what do you think Gorilla smells
Triple
like?
H was, slapping his chest there, and his hand was there, so
Was he trying to grab his cack?
It's pretty funny.
Do you
though.
think Gorilla smell? Do you think they make Gorilla, the Gorilla Center, whatever the fuck it's called,
smelly?
They
Gorilla?
make it smell
Gorilla Center?
smell like Gorilla cum?
Yeah, it's called the Planet of the Apes. It's so big back there, dude.
Gorilla
it sounds like a
position.
gorilla room.
How many people now do you think, like, literally when you say gorilla, they think of gorillas for some reason, but they don't understand. they don't know it's for Gorilla Monsoon. I'm dead serious. Like, if you asked a 15-year-old and some 15-year-old was like, they were in the gorilla area, and then like, do you know what that is for? I bet you they don't even know who Gorilla Monsoon is.
Bro,
what is it called again? It's called I've literally forgotten the full name for it. The Gorilla Center.
The gorilla
fold,
position.
The
gorilla position.
The gorilla position.
Yeah, they call it that. And we saw Triple H do
I put your mom in last night.
Right. Triple H did the gorilla position.
Say that. I'm surprised they didn't bring that up too, dude. You know what's funny? Tonight's Raw felt like watching an episode of Heels. I don't know if you ever watched that show, but Heels is literally like this. Heels is this. I am the face. A face is this in wrestling. You are the heel. A heel is this in the wrestling. Like everything in that show is just them explaining wrestling for like retarded idiots that are watching.
So it was kind of like tonight, because that's kind of what we saw tonight.
But it's the entire show. That's the entire show, and it's like, what is this, dude? Like a guy turned heel, and it's literally like the most dramatic moment ever, and like the lady in the audience is like, oh, what's going on? Oh no, Jimmy turned heel. And it's like this emotional music is playing and then like it's so fucking cringe. And she looks devastated that like it was, dude, if you watch this fucking show, you like this show too. Like I think that you probably are half a fag. And that's fine.
Well, dude, I felt that way about the end of SmackDown when it was just him and Heyman standing there, and he's like, "You'll have to crown me and be my bitch," basically. And then he like looked off
to suck my cock, motherfucker.
Jail?
That's right.
Dude,
You
but I
sucking
will have to
hot cop
say
on Monday.
that the Tiffany Stratton cash-in brought me back into wrestling. The best that should have been on tonight. That was the best cash-in of all time. I know
Well,
it's been
I'll
talked
say,
about.
dude,
probably,
just real quick,
but-
I
going
don't,
back
I don't
to,
know about all time, but it was a great cash-in.
True,
going,
Definitely a great cash-in.
real quick, going back to the gorilla position deal, my favorite promo that Austin ever did, or one of them at least, was when he was at the house and he's like shooting arrows at this wooden deer, and he put all the photos on there, and Gorilla Monsoon's picture was on there. He's like, they call him the gorilla, but he hee-haws like a jackass. I was dying.
Yeah.
You just called it Goriga.
It was really funny because Gorilla was seen as such this like good. There was no turmoil really. I mean, the only time we saw turmoil with Gorilla, I was gonna say was him and Vader at one point, but oh shit, Gerald Armstrong.
He was a stockholder. Not a lot of people know that.
Gerald Armstrong, the donations are coming from him tonight.
Everyone loves the Dawn. Take a look around Hillary. Everyone loves me. Take a look around Hillary and see.
Speaking of gorillas, there's a football player named Niggerman who plays for a college team for the Gorillas.
Oh, I know him.
Oh my God. Of course you know him.
I know him.
Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the $15. I would not say that name if I was a commentator. I'd just be like, man,
well, dude,
has got the ball.
Cam Scattaboo talk about shit for ASU. He's the shit for ASU, no pun intended.
Oh boy.
Well,
so wait, you know him like in real life or stuff, or like is that what you're saying? Like you actually know him?
No, not actually know him. I know him because I watch college ball. But dude, we got a McMahon in college ball. We got the Steiner in college ball. I mean, they're pretty much going to go right into wrestling. Dude, freaking Mark Henry's kid, Jacob, is doing both wrestling and football at Oklahoma State.
Right.
So
yeah.
By the way, I met him, bro. His hands are like the size of a freaking bear paw. Like, dude, he just slaps you in your hand. It felt like your hand just really discombobulated just by shaking his hand.
Could you imagine
more glazing from the WWE?
They were glazing the hell out of Reigns.
Deserves an Emmy.
Oh my God!
I saw that.
Why are they? What is going on tonight with the kayfabe change?
I don't know.
Like he deserves an Emmy from WWE.
Well, dude, but they've been saying that for people for years. I mean, not just Roman, but even freaking Kevin Dunn. Oh, I deserve to have an Emmy and this and that. Like, dude, it's not that kind of show.
It doesn't make sense. Like, why would he get an Emmy if he's a wrestler?
Yeah, right.
Production makes sense.
Why on a fucking supposedly kayfabe press conference are they talking about how he should win an Emmy for acting on a show where it's fucking I can't even. It doesn't even make any sense.
But if it's just WWE in general getting Emmys, then like, what does that say about other wrestling companies? No disrespect, but like, you know what I mean? They're not, qualified to get an Emmy. Well, notwithstanding the fact that they can't draw ratings or pull in ticket pricing or money or whatever.
Well, I didn't think it was anything to do with that. I mean, I think they're just saying that because they need to glaze him at every expense. But it doesn't make sense in the storyline. Like, would you say, like, man, Stone Cold should win an Emmy? Like, if Jim Ross said that commentating, like, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck does that mean?
I turn off my TV.
You call Jim Ross a loser fag, probably, if he said something like that.
Wrestling just loves, like, living in the fact that it's not real. And it's like, we are so not real. You guys know that.
Yeah, it's like they want to call it out so you can't or something. But the people
fucking dumb.
It's weird that they made that part of the show and a big part of the show. By the way, did you hear what Boltard said last night? Listen to this.
It's a fat sack of shit.
Hey, Bird, you want to get frog with me? I'll leave some tadpoles inside you.
Oh, Jesus. Cronin.
What happened?
Listen to what Boltard. You hear what Boltard said last night on Monetize This.
Interesting. Because the bullfrog that we know is a fat sack of shit.
Hey, Bird, you want to get frog with me? I'll leave some tadpoles inside you.
Oh, Jesus.
What the hell?
Oh my God, that
needs to be a T-shirt, man. Damn.
I'll leave some tadpoles inside you is amazing. It's amazing that guy never said that. Like some of the, let me tell you something. Novonix is literally like said the funniest things in the characters like that these people have ever said.
He's reinvented Tommy. He's reinvented Bullfrog and
Yeah.
like made them.
If Bullfrog and Tommy had a kid, yeah.
It's like if they made him better though. It's like the opposite of what Kevin Nash and Diesel were when they brought in the fake ones.
But
Like,
you know what though? I think the thing with like I love Novonix, whatever the fuck. But the thing with like the real Tommy and Bullfrog is that you get those laugh out loud moments because they're genuine.
Mhm.
Where with Novonix, it's like he gets like these like one liners that really fucking like when he kept doing Tommy's voice, and like every time you said something, he'd be like, "Bro thinks he's Seth Rollins." It would kill me, bro. And then he starts doing the Carl Weezer voice too, where he'll be like, "Well, I guess nobody knows who Carl Weezer is on this call."
It's fine, don't worry. So anyway, guys, it's getting colder than a witch's tit out here. I'm about to go back inside. Catch y'all later.
Thanks, Mustafa. Good to hear from you.
Later, Mustafa.
We'll never see you again, Mustafa.
Not unless there's another big show. He only calls the big ones. You know, when the big things happen. When he Yep.
No,
with Raw being on Netflix, would you say that you're looking forward to next week's show, Luke, or what are you guys thinking?
No, because
After
they
this episode?
didn't do enough to tease next week. Really, they proved more that tonight was a pop your cherry tonight, and we don't really know next week. So they did a bad job, unfortunately. Like if they had done a good job of promoting next week, then I would have given this show an 8 or 9 or 10. But like they really missed that part of it. They did a good job of. Yeah. This was an entertaining show, more for the people who normally watch. But it was still pretty good for new people or people that were coming in. But they didn't slam dunk it
there
for
was
those
a lot
people.
I felt like there was a lot of more people in the audience too, like a lot of people you don't usually see. You know what's so funny?
It's the arena. It's the arena. They got rid of the stage on the left side, and they sold the seats on the top area.
Oh, okay.
Makes it feel bigger.
The camera on the audience, like that you would see usually, is that called hard cam? I'm sorry, I'm a pretend wrestling fan. You would see all these like really like fat, like ugly, disgusting losers that we call wrestling fans.
It's LA,
and then like but from across from them, like where the camera's not showing the audience, where like you can see these beautiful women, like these really, really hot women.
The shows.
CM Punk and like Seth Rollins were fighting each other, and it's so funny. Like you don't, so it's like right across from them are these like disgusting, like mangled mutant fucking wrestling fans, and then you got all these hotties on the fucking non-camera side.
Because those are all the like the rich people who got tickets. You know, I got this thing, and here's the deal. Here's my friend. Those are all the people that were gifted tickets, who are like rich or have a company or whatever. So it is funny, the class of people that were on the hard cam versus the real wrestling fan people that were opposite on camera, like you said, fat slobs. That's funny.
Fat, disgusting slob. Like if I was in that audience, like man, you wouldn't even be able to tell which gross fucking loser I was, bro. I mean, and of course, green shirt guy was there. I hate that guy, bro. I don't care if we like. Dude, we're gonna find out that they gave me all these seats because I only have 10 years to live with this massive tumor in my head. I don't care, bro. Fuck you. I hate you. All right, you die already.
Maybe we'll find out that he's the one that helps ship the kids. You know.
Yeah, we find out that he's the one who's been like arranging stuff with Janelle.
Oh.
That
would be weird. He's doing something, dude. Big smiley face. I mean, the guy is. Are you not a pedo? Like, what is going on?
He's probably just retarded.
No, I think because I've heard him talk before, and he's like scary, sort of not. He's like, I wouldn't say. I'm not trying to say he's intelligent, but he's like scarily like knows. He's very dull, is what I'm trying to say. Like he'll be like, Yeah, I got the tickets, and then I flew here from there, and he's not impressed by anything either. If you're like, hey, did you see like this? Yeah, I saw when that happened, and I went.
Sounds
there.
like a Diddy handler.
Yeah, like he's a murderer. He sounds like a murderer.
That's why I think he's probably like autistic or something. So because he's probably like, yes, I watched the show. Yes, I enjoyed the show. Yes, I watched it. I was at the show and went to the show, and I had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, he's weird. He is.
Damn, Diddy handler. They're ruining
my wife is on the ground in the kitchen at home. She's on the ground. She has holes. What?
It's weird because he chose the most. Everybody knows. I mean, at least I think you should know. It feels like everybody doesn't know because not everybody does it, but you should know that for whatever reason, green stands out the most on if you're in the wrestling crowd. Whether it's a sign, if you use a green sign with black writing or white writing, usually a black writing, white sign, a green sign, it stands out the most. If you wear a green shirt, it stands out the most. It's just 100%. The guy's wearing a green shirt on purpose to purposely stand out. But when you say but a lot of times he just sounds grumpy. It's like, what do you, with a smiley face on the shirt? I mean, bro, he's gonna kill people.
No, yeah, definitely. I think he only goes there for himself to just get on TV, and he doesn't. Like, we'll find out that he's not even a wrestling fan.
Yeah, because you could just be on the other side. You could spend less money, buy a front row ticket, and be on the other side. But instead, you spent more money for the front row ticket to sit on the hard cam side every time.
But doesn't he have a deal with them now, where he just gets it for free?
I'm sure at this point, but
Maybe.
Do we know the first? I'm curious which event was the first one green shirt guy appeared to. You know, it's hard to know.
It's possible.
What if we find out that he's always been there, like since the dawn of wrestling?
A little child, he's always been in the
before.
Like, no way. He's Austin and The Rock.
Like, do you think about the real super fan from back in the day? That guy, if you ever seen him. I mean, I noticed it when I was a kid. When I was about 7. It was WrestleMania 7 or 8 or something, and I started realizing, oh my God, that guy's always in the front row. Like, I've seen him before in the other, and I would go back and watch and find it out. And then actually a couple years later, WWE did an article about him, like the super fan, and I'm like, oh my God, they noticed, like the WWE noticed, the WWF noticed, and they did it. What
guy was it?
It was the guy. He's kind of like tan, and he kind of looks like a goof.
Yeah,
he was like in shape, kind of.
Vladimir, the wrestling super fan.
Yes,
that's
right.
He's like a black guy almost.
Yeah, he's sort of like mixed race or something.
The guy who dressed like Mick Foley.
Dude,
talking about that guy.
The guy is literally, I think I want to say like starting at WrestleMania 4 or 5 or something. You see him at like every show or like every major show.
Yeah, he was ripped.
Right there. There he is. Yeah, he's like in shape, and he always wears like a wife beater or whatever. And yeah, what
does that say about him? What does that say about him, huh?
You know, he beats women, plus he's almost, so he sometimes is late to work.
It's fine. He identifies as a woman. It's fine. He identifies as a woman.
He's most likely not a good father if he has kids.
There's a delayed, there was a Superfan documentary on him, I guess. I mean, he's older now. It's crazy how much older he's gotten, but like that's wild.
He kind of looks like Obama.
Oh, but we all, but I
he
mean,
kind of looks like a turtle too, but.
But I remember him from being a young kid watching WrestleManias and being like, I've seen this guy before. And I started realizing,
and
he's
he
always
looks
on the
like
show.
He's an actual fan. Like he looks like he's having fun. You know,
Yeah.
He's energetic. He doesn't sit there leaning on the barricade the entire time, with this like shit look. Like the guy always has a shit look.
Yeah.
He looks like he's too cool to be there all the time, just constantly.
And he looks like he smells too. Like, to be honest with you. Like he definitely looks like he's got.
He just wants to be a wrestler now.
He's got poopy.
Oh,
Like
he's got poopy problems.
Vinegar or something.
That's gross.
This poor guy probably just has like social anxiety and is like, yeah, I just like going to the show.
No, I don't think he has social anxiety because he's pumped during the show. He's like he always, like flexes to the camera and shouts. He does hop in front of look, here comes the Undertaker, and he's like, yeah. So I don't know. He's always
Dude, was that
hyped.
not? Dude, I felt like Undertaker tonight was a cock tease, but
all he did was try to
No,
snort
fucking
himself.
Rhea Ripley was a cock tease. I wanted Rhea Ripley to pull her pants down, bro.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
how much
Kinda
ass
did.
you wanted her to show, bro? Her
Yeah,
ass was
cheeks
in
were
full
out,
view for the
baby.
most part.
I was getting rock hard for her, man. She was.
Yeah, I was jerking it
cheeks
to that
were
match
out.
the whole time, bro. I went back to it before I came on the call to jerk it to it again, bro. Her ass was out.
What about
It was
the,
awesome.
yeah? But how did you jerk off though? Did you have a hooker with you?
Well, if I had a hooker with me, I wouldn't need to jerk off. I would just have the hooker ride me as I'm watching it.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever jerked off with a Hulk hand hooker, man?
A what?
A Hulk hand, like those big green inflatables or styrofoam things.
No, because I don't believe in wasting my money on toys. Like I tried pocket pussies, I break them all the
It's not
time,
a
dude.
waste if you use it.
You should invite a hooker over. You should invite a hooker over, but you're like, no, we're not going to have sex. You are going to watch all 3 Shrek movies, and you're going to tell me what you think of them in detailed art. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this.
No, I was. Hold on.
It sounds funny. I'll give you
Shit
that.
bum.
What happens to the skinny long-haired guy who always went with his grey-haired mom? And also the dude with the Met jersey. Both used to be at 90% of the TV shows.
I don't know those guys. I'm trying to think of who those. Naya's Grundle. Thank you for the $5.
Yeah, there was that one guy who'd come in with the UFC looking shirt, like the school shirt. And that crazy look, like he looked like he was roided out.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. I've seen him recently.
I
He's
think
been.
people called him like the Brock Lesnar guy, but
Well, he was the guy who jumped on screen at Batista, right, and did the fake guns. And they pretended like a
Yeah,
fan
that
ran
him?
out there.
Uh-huh.
Or I don't know, but either way, that guy was. I saw him recently. I saw him in WWE recently, and I also saw him in AEW recently, I believe. So
didn't that turn out to be a fake? That fan running in,
yes,
right?
I think
That's
so.
a fake thing.
I think it was fake. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way a fan gets backstage.
No.
Yeah, I think it was I don't know why they did that. If that's why it seemed like it was real, because it was just so bizarre. So I don't know. I never cared either. I thought it was
I love
stupid.
when WWE does bizarre weird things like that. It's like, why would they fake that? But I mean, there's no other way. I mean, it has to be fake.
It could have been that
Why?
one of the. I bet one of the producers wasn't in on it, or maybe hell, the wrestler probably wasn't even in on it. Just one of them didn't know, and it was a prank or something.
Well, yeah.
Can anybody explain to me who this person on Twitter is?
Who?
If anyone donates $300, I'll come on the show for 1 hour. First of all, nobody's really donating tonight, which is weird because actually it's a big night tonight, so I'm actually a little shocked. But who is Ghost Factor? Does anyone know who this is? If anyone, I'll come on the
He's the guy who has
show.
sex with ghosts.
I mean,
Yeah, he has a Ghost Hunter show, but it's called Ghost Bangers.
Wow.
Yeah, because he has the ghost that he has the ghost sex, and he's got the ghost bangers.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fucking cool. He just fucking gets the lube out and he sits there and he does a seance with his cock out.
But it's
till it gets
why
hard.
are you telling me that you'll come on for if someone donates? Nobody, I don't even know who you are. So what the fuck? What is the point of that? I don't understand.
He's confused, bro. It's just that's how sex workers work. You got to have the money up front, and then they'll put on the show. It's just that's what he's used to.
Maybe it's Bray Wyatt or something, dude. It's crazy that would even somebody would suggest that, but
I just don't know. I don't know who that is.
Joe, you know who that is?
Who?
That's Jake DeMarco.
Oh, fuck you.
No. Oh yeah, I'm messing with you. That's it's not Jake DeMarco, but
you drove him away, Luke.
He drove me away.
And then you drove him away. And then I lose in the end.
you lose there in the end.
Lose everybody. We're on a roll with you and everybody.
I'm stoned. I'm exhausted, bro. I'm fucking. This is what I can't do shows anymore, bro. This is what I turn into. I turn into a fucking like. That's great, man. That's great, Ramon. That's great. That's a great joke.
I know it's great. I like when you're like this. You're easy to convince to do questionable things.
Oh, he used the froggy emoji. It's bullfrog. Oh, I didn't
Bullfrog,
even. Oh, I see.
Oh, it's bullfrog.
It's bullfrog because he's making froggy things. I get it. Okay.
Look up Simon,
Jesus.
WWE superfan. You'll totally recognize him. Used to be there as much as Green Shirt.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Froggy, I don't think so, bro. I don't think anyone's doing that, buddy. I think you've destroyed, like, you know, it's like people disappear for years and then they think, oh, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I figured it out a minute ago who it was. So you're right.
It's a shame. Because Bullfrog is funny, and he's funny to have a conversation with. So it's sad that he doesn't
We
just
don't
come
need
on
him.
to hang out.
We literally have a guy that's funnier than him.
Yeah.
I agree that Novonix has a funny script writer. It's been a lot better. And I don't know if it's because he was so bad at first. And I know I tell bad jokes, but some of the things he used to say was so bad, Joe. Maybe you don't remember, but recently it's been more funny. That being said, nothing is going to beat the organic funniness of Tommy or the organic funniness of Bullfrog. Nothing. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what though? We have another tar.
I've been going
that
to
should
wrestling
call up
shows
the
for
show.
over 30 years.
Charo.
Never in all that time have I ever felt until last
CM
Sunday
Punk walked out of the
that
interview
my
thing?
security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Malili Malibogna better. Good thing Triple H didn't put any spooky gooky niggas on
my
Netflix
God.
except for the new niggas day. At least they weren't in match. They should be hung from drone.
Oh, here's Hulk Hogan's donating, guys. Hulk Hogan's donating. Unbelievable.
Hogan.
What the fuck?
Trump's America, baby.
What is
Trump's
wrong
America.
with you?
Dude.
What the fuck?
Rhea Ripley's fucking nipple showed on the press conference, bro.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just making that up.
I wish that was true. I would be fucking jerking into it right now.
What was I gonna do on? Fuck! I totally lost my whole thing. I was about to do something on Twitter.
Hey, so you think fucking Seth Rollins fucked up his knee with that pedigree spot?
I don't know if Seth Rollins fucked up his knee. I thought Punk was hurt. Oh yeah, Punk apparently walked off or something. The press conference. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh shit! Did that just happen now?
Yeah.
The press conference on YouTube.
Yeah, it was. Let me find it. I don't know. Someone said that. I don't know if it really happened, but let's.
Oh, he's eating muffins again.
Is he?
He's eating muffins again.
Gay.
Let's see if we can find it. I'm trying to find it.
He needs to put down the muffins and eat some muffs, if you know what I mean.
Here we go. He wasn't.
Oh no, donuts.
He was out there for 49, 50. He was out there for 6 minutes. Let's see why he walked off.
Because I'm just now
They didn't show him walk
starting
off.
to understand it.
I don't-
And my body is falling apart.
Maybe he didn't.
My
walk
mind
off.
has never been sharper. I think tearing my tricep for 8 minutes by myself in a Tampa or Orlando hotel, crying my eyes out before I got the guts to call my wife and tell her that I was hurt. I felt sorry for myself, and I said, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know if that's true, because some pretty bad stuff has happened to me. But I told myself I was going to make it the best thing that ever happened to me, and I think I did. I made it such a speed bump. I was still on TV. I was in.
What that's all about.
I think I've laid a pretty good foundation of a career, and that's where I come from. So I'm always
Still trying to figure out where it is. Let's see.
No, he doesn't walk off. I just
Ladies and
watched
gentlemen,
it. He doesn't-
CM Punk. Feeling that.
You know, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Someone laughed at that, and you believe them.
So I guess
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30
I got
years.
wor-
Never.
I guess I got worked. I'm fucking General Santos.
That my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Santa's 2028 Let's Make America Blackless Again. Triple
Oh.
H should have hung all the black in the
Oh, my
sky
God.
outside the
Oh, my
arena,
God.
especially that Monkey B. Niggas.
Oh,
Joe
my
and
God.
Bimbo.
That is not good. That is not good. It's so racist.
Triple H has changed his name to Triple K. Come back in a
Oh,
full
my God,
vengeance.
man. What the
Jesus
hell?
Christ.
Good Lord.
Triple H, more like triple hate crime.
Triple hate
Triple H.
crime. Well, that guy is, I mean, that's definitely Hogan on his alt. Like, let's be honest.
That's
To be quite honest, I don't see color.
He's burning the ring and the cross.
Yeah,
Oh.
man, he-
Cody told me some bullshit. Cody told me some bullshit where that's actually racist to not see color. And I told him, you want to finish the story? Fucking fag. It's funny because Triple H called someone a fag. I'm gonna get off because I'm about to pass out and die.
All right, boy.
But
I agree.
this has been great. I love you so much. You are so good.
Kisses
I
me,
love
hombre.
you.
Always
Love
nerdy.
you.
Did
And
you
I
Make
will
it-
return on someday.
always nerdy? Did you like
someday.
the show tonight, or what did you think? I didn't really hear from
I
you.
did. I'm back in on. I watched Friday because it was here in Phoenix. SmackDown, that was great. I watched tonight because it was Raw, and overall, I'd give it probably a 7 out of 10 for being out of the loop. They caught me up pretty good, and it was pretty cool. Out of a 10, what would you rate it, Joe? If you haven't already given yours?
7.5 out of 10.
Perfect.
I think
couldn't agree.
I wish that they had done enough to get new fans interested in next week, which was my biggest concern. And I don't think they did that. But the good news is that they put on a pretty good show, though. So, like, maybe people will still try to watch next week or they'll catch it again. But I just think they did a really good job of putting on a really good Raw for the beginning of Netflix for the current audience. But they didn't really, again, reach out to those people that might be tuning in for the first time in a long time and really grabbing them. Now, the only time where they kind of did do that was a little bit of the nostalgia people, obviously. And then, of course, the opening match. I think the chaos in the opening was great. But they didn't do enough stuff to say, next week, this is happening. So,
Yeah, opening with The Rock was cool. Like you said, nostalgia peak. It was great.
it's all just one-off
10 out of-
things for tonight. But they didn't do enough of guess what, next week.
Yeah, true. 100%. Not a lot of build now that I think about it for next week. I'll still watch, and I think they're looking for. I liked that they had the other episodes in the future, like already kind of prompted on Netflix, so I know for when it's going to be next week. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited. It's new era, so we'll see. Netflix era.
Yeah, I think some of the recent people that have stopped watching or don't watch as much recently, I think they'll be maybe drawn in a little bit. But I was really focused on, hey, let's capture the people who stopped watching in 08, 12, 15, like those like 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's capture some of those people again. And I just don't think they fully did that. That's why I'm giving it a 7.5. If they had done that, then I would have given it a 9. It could have been worse. It could have been like some of those other Raw 100 show or whatever, where they really do absolutely almost nothing. But they normally have Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then that's like the biggest thing that happened the whole night. So it's funny because tonight they did so much other stuff, but the only thing they didn't have was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Very kind of funny.
Yeah.
Too much money. Too much money. Austin wants to be paid. He probably said, yeah, come there for a $10 million. And they probably were
royalties.
like, yeah, they probably were like,
That's
oh my God,
true.
$10 million. Jesus Christ. Like, we don't.
And also, I need Logan Paul to come out and shoot me in my beer truck and promote my beer too.
Right.
I get behind that. But overall, yeah, I will call in on Friday after SmackDown if you're having people on. If not, no worries. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So
I might.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. Tonight, I don't know. I thought tonight would have been a bigger night. It did do better. We did do kind of better numbers tonight. I will say that. So that is something that, again, but like, I now I'm worried that I can't really gauge how many more people watch this show on Netflix tonight versus normal Raws or other Raws because because like The Rock was there and Cena and all these things, so it's harder.
True.
But if you compare those Raw 30th in Celebration Raws with Stone Cold and stuff, we grab those numbers. How many people watch Netflix tonight? I mean, I'm assuming that like when you're on Raw and it's the 30th anniversary of Raw and Stone Cold comes out and they do a 4.5 million viewership high. But what did Netflix do tonight? It probably at one point, like there was probably over at least 10 million people watching at one point. And,
For sure.
And
well, now, dude, Joe, holy shit.
hundreds
It's
of millions
worldwide.
of people though probably saw it though.
Yeah, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
My guess, it's got to be far more than would have watched it on USA.
Oh yeah, it is. So that's the thing is like how many people watched like the show for more than 30 minutes? Probably like over 10 million. How many people, saw it for a few minutes or seconds? Probably hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Easily.
So
Easily, just because it was
Yeah.
there on the algorithm for everybody.
it's just live. When you click on Netflix, before you can click around to see something else or what you want to see, you're looking at Raw live. So
if you're tuning in from Manila, if you're a new viewer from Manila, welcome to the channel. Subscribe.
right,
We'll take whatever.
we'll take your wives. No, we'll take
Hey,
anything.
it's the sexy fucking red ass Mexican Garguts. Say what's up.
I thought today sucked. I'm
Garguts.
sorry.
Garguts show.
Oh, here comes Garguts. Always with the
Well, Rojas didn't really like it either.
Oh, it sucked. Okay,
Yeah.
why did it?
No,
suck,
I agreed
Garguts?
with
Even though
Rojas
you
on a
like
lot of shit
fucking
that they were
food.
doing. The whole Cody Rhodes getting hugged. Everything was predictable. The only thing that everybody was popping for was the celebrities, which I nobody cared about. It's funny how Nikki Bella was there and Brie Bella wasn't because she was on AEW TV not long ago. Travis Scott marking out for his own entrance.
Yeah, Travis Scott was lame. That was dumb.
More
sure.
people were chanting.
And it's going to be even lamer because Triple H said that he might come back and do something else for the WWE, like maybe you do a wrestling match. Come on, I don't care.
What's he gonna use his
he killed
finisher,
a-
the crowd smusher, and kill 8
I know,
people in the
right?
audience?
No, he's gonna
Yeah, I
his
know.
new finisher, bringing out the tarps. That's his new one.
But yeah,
It just didn't really. And you're right, Joe. They didn't really do anything all they did was kind of push like next week during the middle of the show, but nobody cares about.
They
that.
did a better job with the Rumble because they did do that. Like they had the Rumble and Cena. I'm going to be in the Rumble. They mentioned the Rumble with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens that they have a match. So like that's why I'm saying like there was a little bit of that going on. I just wish that Seth Rollins and Punk had happened and ended the show almost, but then at the very, very end of the show, there was something that basically happened that was like, what's going to happen next week on Net Raw? They should have done that. There should have been a cliffhanger ending. That's all it was missing, I think.
You mean an AEW ending?
I guess whatever.
Somebody has to come out and run out.
Yeah, I mean whatever. I mean even if after Punk was celebrating and the crowd's cheering, they cut to the back and somebody was like attacked and it was insane or something and bloody and
That is true. The only thing they did really was with Chad Gable talking about Penta. I don't care which lucha guy that I'll wrestle your lucha guy. And then they did the Penta teaser, and whatever. I guess I'll watch it for Penta.
Yeah, but that's the thing again. That the Penta teaser is only for current people and super fan people because. Again, we're talking about trying to capture the people from 2015, 10, 8, whatever. And so, again, Cena accomplished that probably because he mentioned I'll be in the Royal Rumble. So people want to kind of watch to see Cena do the Royal Rumble thing. So that was good. So they sort of did some of that.
What number do you think he's going to come in as?
1.
That's what I said, but he's too old for that. So maybe 25.
You're right. Maybe not. I think you're right. Maybe he'll come in later, and probably that's what I would say he would do and he should do, but there's a weird part of me that thinks it'd be interesting if Cena was 1 or 2 or 3 or something, or 10.
Let me ask this, Joe. Now that we're on Netflix and the even production is all but embracing the fourth wall, breaking it, calling it Emmys, saying what's a work, what's a why don't they start introducing people as characters? And I joked and I said, let's take Triple H and change him to Triple K. But why not introduce just like something that's relevant to that people would genuinely hate today? Somebody racist or like a character like that, like
Hulk Hogan.
Well, I mean, Hulk Hogan
maybe have Hulk Hogan embrace it if that's what you need to do, where he just goes full racist. And yeah, he's going to be a villain, but if they're going to call their wrestlers Emmy actors, at that point, why not do that?
Yeah, that would be funny. Like he comes out, his new entrance music will be the phone call that got recorded with Bubba the Lump Sponge.
Oh.
That shit would be funny.
I would never. I mean, they would never do that now at all. Not even close. I mean, I wish that they would do crazy stuff, but
What if it's a hooded character? Because they've done hooded characters before, or at least Jerry Springer did it once, I think.
yeah. But nowadays they talk about, like, even if they hinted at that back in the day, they talk about now about how that was so disgusting and terrible. Like, so
But
they
that's
would
why
never
he
do
gets
that.
beat up, and
I know.
everybody gets to cheer him getting beat up, and they'll pay money to see him get beat up.
They don't care though. Like this is like Disney, in Star Trek and Star Wars making bad shit because they want to send the woke message. Like if this were to make a ton of money, they wouldn't do it because they just can't do it.
People think Hogan was booed because he's a Republican, but Taker is, and people went nuts for him. Hogan just has a nuclear rep in the business.
Yeah, it's kind of everything rolled into one, David. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's sort of like the way he lies and creepy, and then he also, the Trump thing, and then the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things. You're right.
Well, I
You
mean,
can pick your
it
poison.
was more than just the N-word, bro. Let's face facts.
I just said that.
A lot of people have said the N-word, but like that call that Hulk Hogan had with Bubba the Love Sponge, that was like wow, the N-word was probably the least hateful thing he said on there.
Maybe, but he also did say it in, like, he said it in a bad way. But yeah,
I can't believe he didn't think about that he was going to get. I can't believe he didn't think about that he was going to get booed and didn't come out as Hollywood Hogan.
I said that. I said that earlier.
Yeah,
but I know Garguts. I said that he should have said, listen, if they boo me and it's embarrassing, I'm going to come back here, throw on an NWO shirt. You're going to play the NWO music, and I'm going to go back out there. But I'm going to be the heel Hogan. And then it just
What he should have done.
It would have been so good, dude. I would have popped for that. Like, it would have been great.
Yeah. And when he comes back out in the NWO, it's his son driving Nick, and he's drunk, and he's swerving and around.
For a long time, I know why you guys are booing me. But for the longest time, everybody thought I said something I didn't say. The fact of the matter is, my son's middle name is Gurr.
Oh.
Can you imagine that? Hey, I was just talking about my kid.
Name.
Oh my, yeah, he makes Nick change his middle name to Gurr. Oh my God! In the most narcissistic, delusional fucking attempt to save face, Hulk Hogan's son, Nick Hogan, changed his middle name to Gurr. So that Hogan.
He's like, I've got black family. I've got black family.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Dude, if I was in charge of the WWE, I'd be like, Hogan, you got to do this angle, man. You go in there. Well, his middle name is Gurr. That's right. Nick.
Yeah, if they can do Kurt Angle's half black son, I mean, I don't see why Hulk Hogan can't do half N-word son,
Right.
N-word son. That'd be funny.
Oh shit.
I
think that's a lot.
I think that I think that one of the reasons why a lot of promoters stayed away from, I don't know what it is. I mean, because Vince loved black wrestlers a lot of times, and if somebody was really good, they would get over. They would be the guy. I mean, the Rock did it, and so many other people have done it in some ways. But there was
Tony Atlas.
Let's be honest. There was also a lot of black wrestlers that Vince tried to push, and they didn't work out. And I think at some point it was a stigma of, Vince is trying to push a black wrestler, and in the end, it's like they weren't drawing for whatever reason that was. Like, at first, Bobby Lashley was pushed crazy, and he didn't really do so well, so they backed off. Ahmed Johnson was pushed quite a lot by Vince McMahon and them. Vince was like, oh, Ahmed Johnson's going to be that. Like, he really, and then the guy just didn't do it's just like, it just didn't work out a lot of times. And I think that there is a stigma for like, well, listen, sometimes a lot of black wrestlers don't draw. But the fact of the matter is this, a lot of wrestlers don't draw. And because of that, when you look at a lot of wrestlers, 80% of the wrestlers a lot of times, it's like, no, they don't draw. And there's just less African-American wrestlers, and so therefore it's going to be really hard to get over as an African-American when 80% of white wrestlers can't get over.
I'm getting hard, I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9, I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. $9, suck my dick.
Oh no.
Nick Kerr Hogan has a nice ring to it.
Oh my God. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the donation. There's a guy in the chat who's Alfredo says, boxing and MMA had black athletes and they were a draw. How come it didn't work in wrestling? Well, because they were a draw because they were good. Like they were good at boxing.
Wrestling's a show.
Yeah, wrestling is all entertainment. So if you can't entertain the right way, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter how tough you are. Meanwhile,
or how good you are.
And by the way, Mike Tyson had more charisma probably as a real fighter boxer than most. I mean, I want you to grab a black wrestler athlete from the 90s and then put him next to Mike Tyson, and let's talk about who is more entertaining. And I think maybe The Rock is maybe one
Booker T. And was the only Booker T and his brother, Miami Heat, maybe in the 90s.
Booker T, yes. His brother, not as much.
True.
Wait, Booker T's coming back to the ring to face Zilla Fatu. What the fuck? I thought you said he was done with the ring.
Who?
Booker T. He's gonna wrestle one more time.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe he'll break a leg. No, I like Booker. Well, anyway, guys, I got to run. I'm on way too late, and I'm in trouble. I got to get out of here.
Do it up.
I'll catch you Friday.
All right.
Later, guys.
I'll catch you Wednesday. Wednesday night. I'm out. We'll catch you Wednesday night. Went way too late tonight. I think tonight was a bigger show than usual, so I will say there's some interest out there for sure. Thank you to Gerald Armstrong, though, man. He really donated a ton tonight. General Santos did as well. David T.
Shit bomb.
I dogged out Naya.
My son Nicker Hogan got
Oh,
his second
my God.
DUI. Typical.
Oh, old school gamer. Oh, my God. Hulk Hogan changed his son's middle name. He said, listen, Nick, I will bail you out of jail, and I will let you sleep in my house for another year. If you ever get in trouble, I'll bail you out. But you've got to change your middle name to Gurr. That's all you got to do, buddy. Okay, son? And his son listened. He was like, yeah, you know what? Dad, I'll do that. I'll do that, Dad. Well, I can't say maybe we'll be live next week one more time, see how Netflix does with Raw. I'll catch you probably this Wednesday night. And if you want to join Patreon, check it out. I put up a podcast on Patreon earlier today. It's a 15-minute podcast where I talked about what I thought could happen tonight on Raw. So if you want to go listen to what I was thinking about Raw before it aired tonight, go check that out, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And then, of course, you can also listen to the Corrupted podcast that we recorded a week and a half ago, whatever it was, on Christmas. If you didn't hear that, new one coming up as well. And shout out to Gerald Armstrong, man. He was the top dono of the night. Should have been, let me see, $40, I think it was? Yeah, it was. $40. Thank you, Gerald. Really appreciate that. First, this should be the biggest Raw of the year. And it didn't, I don't know if it did as big a numbers as I thought, but it did do bigger numbers for sure. Last week's Raw review, or whatever it was 2 weeks ago, I forget which one, it did. We did about 145 viewers live. Tonight we peaked out at, I think, 400. So there's definitely a bigger thirst, obviously, for the show tonight. And we'll see what the numbers look like for Netflix if we ever can somehow figure it out. But we'll certainly look at the Google Trends and try to figure things out that way and put it all together and try to see what we can come up with. We'll see what we can come up with, and it's probably gonna take me. I'm gonna do a lot of theorizing and number crunching and trying to figure it out. And we'll go from there. Netflix, WWE Raw. I think it was overall a success. I think they still had a big missed opportunity to promote next week. They didn't do a good job of that, really. But I think they did a decent job of promoting the Rumble. I think they did a good job of sort of creating excitement tonight. But I wish they'd really nailed next week a little bit better. And they didn't do that, but they got 2 out of 3. So for that reason, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Very close. So, good stuff from them. I'm Joe Cronin, an idiot, and some of you guys are new subscribers, so thank you for that. And we'll see you Wednesday night. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. You'll get tons of podcasts. The Corrupted Podcast, hundreds of episodes of the Corrupted Podcast. Vulgar, funny, crazy. Episodes 1 all the way up to episode 200. It's not for the weak at heart. It will offend you. It's the Corrupted Podcast, and it's available on Patreon. All the episodes almost, I think they're all there. Only on Patreon, not even on YouTube. Although I've got thousands of YouTube videos, there's thousands of podcasts on my Patreon that you can download, play, whatever. Then there's the podcast with me and my wife. 18 episodes of Till Death Do Us podcast. There's like 10, 15 episodes of me and Luke. Several episodes of me and JB. There's Monetize This Audio and rare stuff you've never heard before. There's Monica and Leah's podcast about scary things. There's me and Jesse After Dark. There's Jesse and Drew's old show. There's so many old shows and things on there that it'd blow your mind. Go search it. Go play around with it. And you get almost all of it for $2 a month on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Shout out to Sith Negan. He's a $100 patron. And Ghost from the Coast, who's a $150 patron. Matt Rossmeyer. And a couple other people in the 50 spots, $25 a month. Sith Negan approaching 70 months in a row on Patreon. That's legendary. Good night.
Joe Cronin Show reviewing Raw since twin 12s and twin for over 12 years. The longest running leave review on YouTube. If you fuck with him, you lose. Donate, live to help Joe survive. If you fuck with Joe, it's suicide. Joe, wish you died. Joe Cronin Show rolls on Netflix. Suck Joe's candlestick. It's Raw on Netflix. 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 Donate, live to help Joe survive. If you fuck with Joe, it's suicide. You wish you died. Joe Cronin Show. Raw's on Netflix. Suck Joe's candlestick.